And also, I keep seeing in the chat say "Welcome to the chat room," so we'll see if I actually
Welcome to the
drop frames because
welcome chat.
I've
Welcome
dropped.
to the chat room. How's
Are
it
we
going?
live on Twitch?
Now, yes, we are.
Oh, cool.
Live on Twitch.
Live on Twitch,
You are
streaming
actively
directly
being.
to your computer.
They've changed my
We have like the
they've changed my
blaring
title name.
like sign. We have a sign outside each of your guys' windows that's like you are being recorded.
Announcements.
This is not a bluff.
Where's the
No,
notifications?
no, what it is like it's a Lakitu from like Mario 64 is like behind you constantly with the camera.
But it is the bot. It is the bot.
Who wants to give
It is the
funky
bot.
recap? No one remembers anything. It was literally a 5-hour session last Tuesday.
It was a 5-hour session.
It was a long session. Sheesh.
There's no recap.
The first part of the session
Hell yeah.
was yes, the first part of the session, I believe, was us going back to the castle. Then it was Catherine and Adam went to do RP at the tavern. The golden cuckle
Cuckold,
that
yes.
cuckold that Beer runs. Then see, I'm a little don't remember exact for details, but I remember Suki. You you disguised yourself to look as an otter woman RP'd with originally Bryn, but Bryn became British for a moment. So
It was frightening. So we had
Bryn
to.
was deemed unable to be RP'd effectively and removed from the
so
scene.
then
A
so
little cane comes out from the side of the stage, and Bryn just pull the back.
Bryn had a mental breakdown and picked up one of his spears and used that, which became a bunny named Sword. That
Knowledge.
talked with the otter woman. They continued role playing. Then it went to roleplay between Nilo and Yip and Yap and talking about their experiences with the last week. Before Nilo was forcefully shoved outside their room. Then EP tried to come in. EP was taken out of the room by Nilo, and Natsuki. How do you the pipe fox talked with
Kenko.
Nilo?
Can't go.
Can't go. I don't know why I forget about your. I forget how your Milo's name is said.
You're doing good, Brio.
Okay. Then it was the fight between Yip and Yap and Suki, where Yap and Yip both didn't get dominated. Also through funky dimension magic, stopping that from happening. And Suki was beaten to exhaustion. Then after that, it was the fishing tournament, where it was Nilo, Yip and Yap. Suki was in a bunny pile that was he was trying really hard to mess with Yip and Yap, but he somehow kept like improving them and encouraging them.
It
So
was
then
awful.
and then there was
It was
two
hell.
two other otters, Hero and Tratharmi was running it as he would teleport us between different planes to grab the best monster part. Where at the end of it, all the parts were collected, and it brought upon a kraken that Tratharmi was been hunting, where everyone was everyone went to attack it. The final points were scored. Every player lost.
It didn't even
Uh,
come in second place.
an NPC that wasn't even participating at the beginning of the tournament won, where
Galvo.
Suki uh negotiated with keeping his money safe for him.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
that
I'm holding on to his money
and I
for
believe
safekeeping.
that's where the session ended after the
Yep.
end of the fishing tournament.
And Bartholomew collected all of the monster parts, including the giant kraken for the dinner, for the upcoming Banquet of Honors banquet. And with that giant banquet, that leaves the rest of everyone to go back to the festival until it's time for the final tournament.
Yippee!
So everyone is here. They're ready for you. They're gonna show you how to do some poetry. Um,
Gross.
What?
so
Bruh.
there is a poetry contest happening
Hmm.
with Zeno being the main um, contender of the poetry contest. He seems to be
Okay.
the only one that entered. So he thinks it's gonna be a clean sweep because no one would dare challenge the king to a poetry contest. People are afraid of Zeno and their poetry bard ways because of their natural charisma, and they think they are running unopposed.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Is there a shell reward for winning the poetry competition?
Of course there is. There's a reward for everything, and
And who will be judging the competition?
of course the king themselves.
The one who's entered and also is judging, Zeno is full of himself, if you could not tell.
He challenges anyone to be better than him. And also, there is a few different games around the festival, and there's also all of the animals of the summons and companions of various visitors have all decided to relax on a beach at the moment. Various animals of riding, various attack dogs, and the like. All of them have a nice, safe area to exist on the beach with the sand being almost this crystalline golden color, the sand itself just perfectly temperatured warm for all of the more warmer of the creatures there. You can also see what looks to be a giant scorpion with its little tiny beady eyes making little tiny like digging sounds in the sand over there, and you're not really too sure what, but you swear that it's slowly trying to cover itself in sand more and more. There seems to be a toad-like creature, except it has these humongous tusks, and it just is kind of sitting there blinking like one eye at a time next to this very eye-stalked creature. And there's a snake that seems to be coiled around, sunbathing on the rocks itself, whereas the others seem to be playing in the water, as well as this giant skunk who seems to be sniffing for treasure.
Does this scream Pangzu, or does this scream this is just like daycare for the pets?
This is.
It technically is both if you're brave enough.
This is a wild
You got
animal
it.
field.
It is a wild petting zoo.
They they'll love me. It's fine.
Uh,
You
King
can
Nilo,
Yes.
also
before you
anyone
get
can be
Uh-huh.
anything can be pet.
King Nilo, before you get too far off on your adventures, I'm going to take some time to enjoy the festival, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, of course. Always take care of yourself. Have fun. It's a festival after all.
Thank you.
You see a various shell-based games. There is one in particular where you see a series of a 5x5 grid of shells, and there is only one of them that you just read the sign above. It says pick the right shell and win a prize. You can imagine that one of the shells has something either written on the underside of the shell or covering something on underneath the shell, but you're not allowed to touch any of the shells. It's a pure gamble.
A gambling game.
A gambling game. I'm gonna
Gambling game for
Suki's gonna
gambling
watch
game.
the gambling game, you know, like carefully, and sort of watch what's it called? Suki is going to watch like people play the game, and try to figure out where the shell goes. Like, is it a shell game? Like a shell game?
You see every single time you see a few different otters come by. They are so confident that they slap down their shells. They point a shell and they just say that I know exactly which one, and they point over to like a shell and it gets lifted up and there it doesn't seem to be anything inside of it. The owner themselves, you can tell, smirks with a very grin about their face. They cover the entire table with a cloth. They clap their hands once, and when they reveal, whenever they lift up the cloth, the shells don't seem to have moved at all. But the cloth, you're not really too sure what happened, but they seem to put this cloth over all the shells, and you can only guess that they're resetting it, but you have no idea how.
I want to would I be able to make an underworld lore check to recognize this as a cheating like as a person who's cheating at a shell game? Like the shell's not underneath like it's not underneath any of the shells, right? It's in his pocket or something.
Give me, let me see. I'll
Or
tell you.
do I recognize the person running it?
You do not recognize the person running it. It seems to be one of the otters from the kitchen. It's
Really?
a it'd be not from the kitchen in the castle, the kitchen in the local restaurants.
All right. Do you want me to make that check still?
Yeah, go ahead and give me that check.
Hold on. I gotta sneeze.
They're not technically underworld, they're technically demon realm, but
Underworld pertains to the criminal underworld.
oh, I keep thinking underworld just means underdog. I keep forgetting that's two
No,
different things.
no.
Oh.
Uh, I'm like Suki thinks that it's a scam.
You do see him whenever before he puts the before he puts like the cover over all the shells, you do see him lift up one of the shells, and on the underside of one of the shells it just says winner, and then he places that shell back down in the exact same position that he lifted it up, and that's whenever he puts the blanket over it, and then takes the blanket back.
Okay.
Wait till your
Does
next check.
anyone? Does anyone? Okay. Yeah. Sure. I didn't think that you still wanted it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, yeah. Also, 10.
32.
A 32.
Yeah. You realize
Um,
that you're not too sure, but you can tell just on the very subtle differences that the shell that he originally had the winner on it, whenever the cloth was removed, then none of them actually seem to have that underneath it. Like
Hmm.
as in the none of the shells had the same pattern as the one that said winner.
All right. And I know what the like the it's like a token, right? Like a winner token.
No, it seems to be written in black ink underneath one of the shell. Under the shell, it seemed to be written in black ink under the shell.
Uh. Okay. So like he flips over the shell, and it's okay. Um.
It's ran by Limpet, apparently. It's ran by Limpet, the Shadow Otter from the tournament. He also runs the diner. He also runs the diner as a part time.
Nice.
Man is got his finger in many pies.
He does. These otters get around.
Mhm.
They kind of
I,
run the entire kingdom. Uh,
We're not going to get into it, okay?
their
I
workforce is very, very limited, but very happy to do it.
I want to take a shell and
Mhm.
then take like ink and quill and write winner on the bottom of it, just like the shell that he's using.
Do you have ink and quill on your character sheet?
Do you? Okay, I can cast an illusion.
You do have You do actually have writing set on your
Oh, I do.
character sheet.
Okay, okay. You know what? You know what? I did put that there for forging things. I didn't expect to be forging a shell.
But how are you going
Forgery.
to get the shell from him though? Because all the shells are lined up in this 5x5 grid.
What's gonna happen? Where's Limpet?
He's right here in front of you.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the same otter.
No,
Yeah. All right.
the one that
So,
specializes in shadows.
shadows. So what's gonna happen is he's going to hear a very loud noise behind him, and he's gonna want to look behind him, like the sound of his of something really valuable breaking, like a vase or something.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then he's gonna
What spell are you using?
figment.
Okay, let me go and post. What level is that?
Uh,
I don't see any code.
it is a cantrip actually.
Oh, you don't have it on your character sheet. We'll add it later.
No,
Uh,
it's there. I just have to
is it? Do they
think
have
it
to?
could
Do
think.
they have to have a perception that beats what your spell DC?
I can create a diversion.
Okay. You see them. They seem to have this sly grin, though. They do hear that sound, and the sound seems to be coming over from one of the dwarfs, like stalls, and both the dwarf and the otter both look at the same time.
I swap the shells.
My God.
Okay. Using you trying to forge the wood winner on it.
Oh yeah, no, I did that before I approach.
Yeah. Give me a thievery check.
All right, do I get a bonus because he's distracted?
I will give you a +2 bonus.
All right, I will accept that bonus.
Mhm.
The suspense.
The suspense.
30.
Holding our breath as he rolls a nat 20.
You were saying, Shuckles?
You spoke it into existence,
You-
Chuckles.
Shuffles.
Look what you've done.
Listen, this is just another instance.
just
This is just
as he
another
rolls
Does
the
instance.
he
net.
does he technically get a roll?
I'm gonna go. Oh,
So you actually, so I'm guessing, yeah. Go ahead, and you placed on the shell.
Hmm.
Um, he does. I will say. Are you going to then? I'm guessing you are going to then. How much are you putting down?
Does he take wagers in gold?
No, only shells.
All right, 50 shells.
Okay. Um, you place down you place down the shells, and he will match your shells if you win. And he kind of sees that. He puts his paw on the shell to confirm that it is the one that you want.
Yep, and it's the shell that I swapped, right?
Yep.
mhm.
You see him lift it up, and it seems to be just there seems to be no writing. It seems to be a little bit dark on the inside of the shell itself. Where once there was writing, it seems like there was like a thinly veiled shadow that seems to be over top it. And he takes your
Okay.
50 shells.
All right, hold on. I kind of Suki grabs his hand, right?
Hmm.
And can I?
Make a strength check first. Make an athletics check.
All right, I don't actually want to try to hold him down. But like before he takes the money,
Yeah.
I put my hand on the money, and block him from doing that, and then can I
Give me an
try.
Arcana check. Actually, give me an Arcana check.
Do you mean occultism?
Yes. We'll see it. Yeah, we can do occultism.
I always lose the proficiencies tab.
It's
Arcana,
because I
occultism.
need to get rid of your Pathfinder Society and Biography section. Makes it a little bit nicer. I don't think you're crafting
11.
either. Uh, get rid of the crafting section. You realize that after kind of investigating a little bit closer, you realize that there was a very, very, very thinly veiled illusion on the bottom of the shell, so that no matter what you do, any shell you pick will always have just nothing written on the bottom of it.
I knew it. All right.
I do it.
Why don't you try dispelling that?
The spelling bubble, you don't even have it a win. What are you talking about before? Look, it's not in a winner shell. And like you see him quickly lift up one of the other shells that was like in the midsection, and you can see it clearly says winner on it. See, winner was over here before. Only one winner.
Oh, really? Well, then why does this one also say winner? And then there's an illusion on that one as well.
Do you you counter illusion?
Yeah, I pick up another shell and the it has an illusion on it that says winner.
Dang, that's good.
Hmm.
Give me another occultism check.
Okay.
Well, spell. I
No,
know it's like spell casting ability, but
I,
uh,
I um I'm casting it on a different shell.
yeah, I know. Give me like I was gonna say, can you? Yeah, yeah. Do the spell casting DC or the spell casting modifier. It's the +20 on your character sheet. We'll see
All
how
right,
quickly you can do that.
just as quickly as he did,
Yeah,
maybe even quicker.
let's see it. Let's see that
Okay.
final dice roll.
How fast is he?
Oh, come
Two.
Aw.
on.
He can kind of see that you have that say winner on it, but he also is kind of looking around. He says, "Oh, my mistake, my mistake. Of course, it's only one winner per game, of course, Pepper." And he slides you
Unless there's
over.
no winners.
He quickly, no, of course there's winners, and he slides you the 50 shells, quickly, and says, "Carry on, much other people, Pepper, to come join the team." He is buying you off with 50 shells.
All right.
Does
I want to I want to say to him, that's not going to cut it anymore. You tried to cheat me, and if you want to buy my silence, you're going to need to pay a lot more than that. I want in.
Hmm. Illusion, magic, otter, and fox, and kitsune. Hmm. Hmm.
You better believe it.
You see him kind of has like a little shifty eyes to the left and right. His little purple pupils his little purple glowy eyes kind of flare up as he says, just let you know, Papa, you were working with me this whole time, Papa. And he quickly lifts up the like little tiny thing that lets you inside, and he opens up the little like flat or like the little wooden panel to let you inside the game rig.
Oh yes, I would love to play this game with everyone.
You've
All
now
right,
joined
so
a
I'm
con.
I take the 50 shells that he offered, and I run the con with him, and I know exactly how it's run.
You have now successfully joined a con man.
Yes.
How's everyone else doing?
Uh,
he was
Yip and
watching this go down from across the street,
Yip and Yap are looking
just
if there's any other
30 feet
games
away.
or such going on.
I think I will say there was also that. Adam and Catherine, what are you guys doing real fast? Because I know y'all haven't Adam especially didn't get to do much in the last session. So Adam, do you want to do anything?
He is currently scrutinizing Zeno.
You
Scientific
see, he
competition.
complements his poetry with his guitar.
Okay, how is his poetry?
Let's give him a performance check here, as he is trying to swoon the masses. He is a master of performance, as they are the bard themselves. 32. You can see them, like, they kind of strum their guitar with their soothed, almost charming voice. Not, like, it is, there was a slight, almost magical charm about their voice as they read out this poetry. One involving a giant dragon turtle that once used to roam the high seas. Another poem about a great ice dragon that was able to freeze over a whole village. And they seem to be it's almost like a mix between a story and a history lesson all in one of that which is both fantasy and you're not even sure if these things happened, but you feel enamored by the fact that they could happen, and you don't even know whether to believe them or not, but you feel slightly impressed.
Adam's kind of criticizing to Clover every little thing that Zeno's wrong. He's like, why? Where's the emotion? Where's the personal experience? Where's the this? He's just giving a history lesson. Gods. And Clover's just kind of cooing like, "Oh, this is not too bad. It's not too bad. You know, I think you could do better." But he's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could."
Catherine's just gonna kind of cheekishly come up behind Adam and just, you could prove him wrong.
He immediately jumps and like spins around in like a panic almost, only to relax when he sees that it's Catherine. He says, "Yeah, no.
Do you want,
Poetry is a personal thing for me.
do you want me to try?
You, I'm sorry."
I did some slam kind of poetry back in the day. I could probably wing it a bit.
I'm not gonna judge you if you do. Have fun.
or or we could go find a little area and you could share with me some of your more intimate poems. Catherine Riz! Catherine Riz!
You're a cute princess. You know that?
Yes, also I do expect you to, well, I expect to find at least some form of a plushie and force you to, play the game to win it for me. Just an FYI.
I guess I owe you that much, don't I?
Just a little. Mainly because it'll be for my back. It's going to be a nice little, give it a little.
He's gonna kind of look back at the poem at Zeno hesitantly, and and Clover's gonna whisper in his ear, "Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to." He's just gonna shake his head. He's gonna stick with Catherine.
You could go do the poetry. I'm telling you that it's fine.
I don't
Do it.
trust myself.
A little bit. A little peek. Just a little.
Hmm?
Just a little peek. Just a little small amount. You don't even have to do a full poem.
He kind of pauses, pulls out his journal, skims through it a little bit. Clover's watching through, like, "Oh, what about that one? Ooh, that one's really good. You should do that one. No, do that one. Do that one." And he finally settles on a poem and says, "Okay, fine. But if I look like a fool, it's your fault."
Oh, don't worry, I'll pay you back in all sorts of way, ladies.
Whoop, wrong
I
chat.
look forward to
Must be
that.
me. I hate whenever I talk to people.
Ooh,
There you go.
all right.
Also, you can if you don't have to actually cite it. You can roll a performance check and describe it. Not saying the poetry, but also just describing like
I
the
about to say I
feeling
would
and
hope
stuff.
so because
Yeah,
I don't have any fucking poems written,
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. You
You
can
had
roll it.
3 months.
I
On poems now.
I can't force myself to write my poetry. It just comes to me, okay? You know
You
this.
I
can
do know
just
this. It's
give
true.
me, tell me just what it's about, an emotion that people are supposed to get
Okay.
from it, and a takeaway they're supposed to come out from it. A takeaway, an emotion, and an intent.
Does it have to be a single emotion?
No.
Hmm.
Emotions they're supposed to convey a subject matter and what is the lesson from it. Or to any takeaway really.
I think I have something in mind. Could you would you be able to go to someone else and come
Yeah.
back to me?
Saber. Roll me that nature check. As you try to the animals.
Saber. Saber might be distracted.
Saber is currently
Damn
being
it, I'm fucking muted.
muted.
Also, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Can I?
Reduce panic. Ugh.
Okay, okay. Give me a
Location.
diplomacy check instead of a nature check. As a wild cat quickly approaches the animal.
Nice.
Hey.
Coffee.
You have now as you approach with these these giant bat wings, these saber like tooth fangs protruding from your mouth, like you look like you could like
Just
consume
casually, just
half of them.
come here.
They after they kind of realize that you're indeed they try to like sniff the air, realize that you don't have any living sense, and are very confused by you enough to not feel frightened by you. Then you are instead such a curiosity. You see a snake kind of slither towards you curiously. Its kind of tongue is just kind of like doing that tongue thing where it just kind of like
It just does the blips.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does a little blip thing where it's like tasting the air, but you don't have much living to be tasting. So it's very a lot of the animals seem very confused by you.
It's like Nilo just like puts like the back of his paw up to the snake's hand and then just slowly pets it. It's just like
It
I
keeps
promise
lifting
I
its
won't
head
hurt
higher. The
you.
further you move your hand back, the further it moves its head back.
Nilo's just following its head with his hand now.
You are now you. If anyone were to see this scene, they would assume you are a snake charmer, and the way this
I
snake is following your hand.
Nilo just looks over at the big like is that a skunk or a that's just a skunk,
It's a
right?
skunk.
That's
It's a
just a skunk,
giant
yeah.
skunk.
It's like he offers his other paw. He's just like, "Do you want to smell?"
You see it kind of like digging around. It seems to be looking for something, but not. It's an animal, so it's probably not looking for anything too intensely. But it kind of sniffs your hand a little bit, and then kind of sniffs it, and then kind of sniffs at the like sand underneath you, and just kind of claws there too. It's pretty idle by nature. It's pretty idle. It's just kind of digging around.
Despite me doing this purposely, y'all are pretty calm. Live, live
Were
pets,
you looking?
but
Were you looking for more of a reaction?
hmm.
She was gonna call down from the balcony. The godwin's gonna call down from the balcony. He's like sipping a coffee up here. He has like
I mean,
espresso in one hand. He's leaning on the uh railing on the with the other.
not really, but also I was just checking out the pets that people have brought into town.
It seems you have quite a collection.
Yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of them seem tame. Is that a danger puppy? I want to see the danger puppy. He just like slowly walks over. So many fucking rolls from August. Like
There's a
just
lot of these
slowly
danger
walks
puppies here.
between everyone, and then just goes over to the like.
You
Uh,
recognize this scorpion along with this little slurk thing. You realize as the toad. Give me a reflex save, Nilo.
Mm, nice.
The the question mark dice.
The
well,
slurk.
it's because also it's
The
like
slurk. Actually, you matched. It has a +8, and you have a +22, and you have the same number.
hey, it matched. It's not a failure if it matches, right?
Uh,
It isn't that.
who knows? Because you're
So
both
so it
rolling.
lunges so it lunges at Nilo.
It
Nilo like
does.
puts his paw on like its nose and just like flies onto the back of it. It's just like, "Hey, buddy,
It
how
kind
are
of.
you?"
You see, this is like the first excitement this show has had all day. As you were quickly riding atop this thing, it kind of does like a few like bucking motions, but not like with its back. It kind of like jumps up like 10 feet in the air, and then down, and then 10 feet in the air and down again with its like powerful haunches. But it almost
What are
seems like
you
it's
two doing
excitement.
here? What are you two
No,
doing here? Where's your owners? Where's
You see it kind of. You see
no, no. You're
you
just
see this
where are they?
this scorpion. You see the one you remember. It is now almost entirely it is now almost entirely like underneath the sand. It has made itself like a little sand dome over top of it. Well, all you see is like its little pincers and head and like its tail sticking out of the sand. Otherwise, it is like almost completely hidden in the sand if it wasn't for its giant tail, and it just kind
Nilo
of
is
has like small
going.
pincer motions at you.
Nilo is going to dig in his bag as he's on top of the frog creature, and is going to pull out two rabbit jerkies, one for the danger puppy and one for the frog.
You see it kind of like you
oh
see it
no.
reach out, not wanting to like ruin its like perfectly sand coffin. It's slowly building into, and you see it kind of grab it, and it kind of does the thing where like it moves both of its claws and it kind of spins it around a bunch. It kind of looks like it's cleaning the jerky off of anything that could be on there before it kind of like goes like this, and it's kind of like just slowly feeds it in like a paper shredder inside the maw of the thing. Meanwhile, the toad just consumes it entirely in one gulp.
Yeah, it's like y'all traveled a
Bribery, eh?
minute to get here. I'm happy y'all are safe. Um,
Sir, you know bribery is a crime, right?
I mean it's not
He's got like
bribery
a
if you
big
know
smile.
'em. Nilo just returns the goofy grin. You see his fangs. It's just like it's not bribery if you know 'em.
I'd say from those leaps, you probably don't know that toad very well.
Nah, I do. It might not still. Actually, it's been 10 years since it was defensive over its previous owner because they died. But, like, not my fault. They just happened to be dead, and we accidentally got a little too close one day. But nah, dude's fine. It's just interesting to see both of them out here.
That's
They
history.
usually
You know
live
what?
across seas.
For both of our sakes, I'm not going to inquire into that. I This
Yeah,
is
and
my
that's
off day, and I
weird, because
really don't feel like doing work.
if they're
Uh,
here, that means their owners are.
Hmm?
you could fly around, and I'm sure you could find them. Godwin. You notice as the skunk seems to be just wildly digging up just random things. You're not really too sure what it is doing, but it just seems to be like digging around the sand, almost in a playful manner, similar to the scorpion. There seems to be a few foreign rocks that seem to be on the beach. It doesn't match the coloring of the rocks inside, like on the reef side, or outside the like sand itself. It just seems to be like some sort of foreign almost colored rocks. You normally wouldn't stand out very much, but the rocks themselves here are this beautiful, almost bluish grayish. But the rocks you see that it seems to be kind of digging up seem to be almost a orangish color that matches the sand itself.
Mm. Hey, hey, what? Nila, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Your name's
Yeah,
Godwin, right?
yeah. Any say, were there any tales of buried treasure here? It seems that skunk's got quite an imagination. Well, the stuff
Not
it's.
that I know of, but I can see what the little dude's up to. As he just slides down the back of the frog, he's just like, "What you doing,
What?
buddy? What you looking for? Want help looking? What you sniffing?"
Goblins just gonna slide over the railing. Shoo, come
Uh,
down and
yeah, you do, and you kind of pick up, and it seems to be there seems to be a. You're not really too sure with all the people in town. You can assume that there must have been tracking it could have been lost in the fur. It could have been in top of the like inside the fur. It could have been on some people's shoes. But the rocks do seem to be of a different kind entirely than what is around here.
hmm,
So it doesn't seem to be any
interesting.
treasure. It just seems to be kind of idly going around. As you kind of get close to it, it doesn't really seem to pay too much attention to the one specific rocks it has. It just seems to be kind of fun playing in the sand. As you can imagine, being a skunk of this size, it's usually in the nature areas with nothing but dirt. So it seems to be enjoying just getting its claws as deep as it can in sand and just feeling that feeling.
Could I roll perhaps nature to see where these rocks would have come from?
Yeah, go ahead. Only if you had geology lore.
Geology lore, are you kidding?
No,
Uh,
not at all. You
yeah,
know
let's
that.
see. And yeah, yeah. I pull out some like a magnifying glass and a couple like tweezers and stuff. Just
Yeah, go ahead.
just for extra like for you. I don't know shit.
You kind of taste the rock just to see if you can pick up like any hint of where the rock is from. You can be sure it is not local to here, but you would have no idea where the rock is from.
You get sand on
Yes,
your tongue.
I look at it. I do not eat the fucking rock. I am not.
It was just a
I'm
small
not eat
taste,
the
just to see
rock.
if it was just a small taste, just to really
I just
hone in
look
that
at it.
identification.
I'm like, damn, it really do just be an orange rock. I'm like, perhaps half full of the iron. That seems. It could be the color. Interesting. I don't know. Was from this little scamp, right? He's gonna um gonna pat Skrunkly on the back.
You do, and it kind of has a almost soft cooing noise. You're not really too sure what sounds skunks make, but for some reason this one seems to have a small, almost like an internal chortle, as it kind of almost like vibrates a little bit, and it's kind of like this is like this small, almost like chirping chortle sound coming from it.
So is that a are those the sounds skunks make?
Oh, in my universe, this big one does.
I was about to say I will roll another nature check right now to see if that's what skunk
I
sounds
know.
are.
I actually forgot what
I'm looking
skunk
up what
sound like.
skunk sounds like.
I actually
I'm
have
not
no.
gonna lie.
All I know is like the only
I have
animal I
no
could
idea what they
think
sound
of is
like.
like the what is it? It's either like no, what was it? It was like the chinchilla or something where it just make no, it's the porcupine sound. I was thinking like the porcupine sound.
I think you're pretty close, actually.
They
Just
usually do stumps. They do little stumps.
They
They're like,
do.
what they
They
stamp their
do.
little feet.
Yeah, they do like a little stampy feet thing.
Okay, that's adorable. But yeah,
They do
oh
a
my
little
god,
stamp
why'd you
feet.
freaking the hell out?
It was
He pats
excited.
him, he slips into the water.
It was excited.
you found the same video I did.
God damn.
It's the first one.
It's an interesting noise.
It really is an interesting noise, and I don't know, but they do little stomps, so I mean, like that's what matters.
It's a
They do little
eh,
stomps of
eh.
aggression, but also it's just like pouting. But
Sound like a
It
maggot.
is kind of like a total sound.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like say say Nero, do you know what many of these animals are? Because I'm gonna be honest, aside from Skrunkily here and the snake, a lot of these are very very foreign
I
animals. At
mean,
least eh,
four of these creatures I don't know, but one is obviously like canine. I just don't know what kind. What are
exactly.
you?
A lot of them are rare.
Hello.
Mhm.
You just hear it say, "Hello."
Unusual.
You see its kind of
Hello?
mouth with this like wide disc kind of mouth.
And you are?
I would say that is totally unsettling.
It just kind of like moves its eye stalks a little bit, and it just kind of like floats around. You can tell it's clearly like floating, like in midair without doing anything at all. And it just goes, "I'm a flump."
Flump.
Okay. That's cool.
It would only
So
take
get
a
You
giant wave, just one wave, and it could wash all of these creatures to shore into the endless ocean of burnt. I've had tell them they don't even swim. What would it look like if they couldn't swim in the water?
well, don't
drowning,
you have lovely vibes?
obviously. How about you go and
She's gonna float around a little bit.
yeah, I'm just gonna. You're a cat. Not really,
you're
but
a
you're a
cat.
cat.
You're a cat.
But yeah, no.
Hell.
Gowan, you did really good with the tournament first day. You
Oh
did really
yeah.
good. Sorry you didn't win.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Also, thank you
Surprised I
for
managed to
helping
pull off
catch.
what I did.
And also, thank you for helping catch Suki
Oh yeah.
before
Well,
he got caught, or at least trying to. I'm sorry you didn't really have jurisdiction here, but also I didn't really ever hear of you before, and you weren't with like the
oh yeah.
military or the security or the guards or anything. Honestly, you kind of came up to me like a random dude who I've never met before.
Just doing my duty. It's it's my job, so I guess old habits die hard, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Nilo
But yeah.
starts like Nilo like puts both of his paws on like the sides of this creature's face and just starts like rubbing it like sort of like kind of viciously but not really. It's just like you're so good. But yeah.
Squish.
You
He's
kind
just
of
going
realize it kind of like moves all of his kind of like tentacly casual turn strength 20. You see it kind of move its like little tentacles things. It seems to be you're not really too sure where it would have come from. It doesn't look like a species you'd recognize, but it does seem pretty docile to you, as it seems to kind of like as you pet it, it kind of wraps its like little like head mane tentacle looking thing kind of around your hand or around your paws. It kind of feels it a little bit as it's kind of like feeling your arm on its body.
you're such a good creature. Uh I'm sure you're
I
okay.
freaking love sand. See, you hear this creature with this very loud, like, looking mouth. It looks extremely excited to be here. I freaking love sand.
That's good for you, buddy. There's a good bit on the shore.
Hell yeah,
You
I
can
love the
enjoy all
sand.
of it.
Good Jesus.
You see it kind of like it kind of does that like chinchilla bath thing, where it kind of like digs itself in the sand and like rolls around a bunch, and it just keeps its like mouth super like excited looking.
Goofy fish.
I'll be honest. I came here for peace and quiet.
I mean,
I hope
that's
we
why you
don't get too
play.
much more yelling.
Honestly, a lot of the pets that are brought in annually, you get a
Get one
random
or two
bag of
screamers.
Yeah. But more often than not, they have really good owners, and you can sort of see the owner in them in a weird, goofy way. What is
Yeah.
your name, puppers?
Oh,
You
skunk
just
would
see
do.
you see it completely soaked in salt water. Like it is every single bit of it is just completely like it has been like diving into this like water and back up again and diving into the water and back up again. It is playing like it is attacking the water violently. It
Yeah.
almost it ignores you entirely as it is playing in this water. It seems like it has a mission to destroy this water.
Let me
Yeah,
just.
no. Yeah, no, it's like my mom usually would visit the basically pet daycare for the festival, and I would just follow her here. So I'm kind of used to them being either very loud or very quiet, or all of them have personalities.
And speaking
Oh
of
yeah.
personality,
What's up?
um, how is that feeling coming along, Adam? I asked you three questions.
I know, but like
You
I'm
know.
nervous because like I don't want him to like fuck this up.
Just Xeno looks at you in charming eyes.
Okay.
I might be there for that.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I just hit my head.
How?
Okay,
Aren't you
okay,
sitting?
so
What do you
Wait,
think?
how?
I'm
Ru-
next to a wall that's also a corner. So I went back when I laughed, and I hit my head on the corner.
Goof.
It hurts. I'm
Don't
sorry, I just
worry.
wanted to mention that because I didn't realize it made a thud.
Just
Can you RP minor brain damage, please?
No, it's over there. What is Catherine doing as in this instant moment?
I mean, she's kind of trying to help Adam. She's definitely like with Clover of just like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Okay. I think I know how I want to do this, Zerda.
Go for it.
Okay. Do I need to describe me like approaching him
It's
and stuff?
no, it's fine. You are reciting it as you're approaching.
Okay.
As he
So
stops his strums as he notices a challenger approaching.
so he begins this poem about the sun. But as you listen, you quickly realize this isn't how the sun is usually described. Usually it's a very positive thing, very warm, very happy. But in this poem, Adam's describing the sun as something cold and distant and almost mocking. Very, very negative description of, and he describes these scenarios in which people cry out for the sun to help and for as tragedies occur and crimes and all these horrible things occur, and yet the sun remains distant. The sun does not act, even though it has the power to change these things. And as he is reciting this, it's almost like a hymn, like a religious song, a hymn. And as he
Hmm.
recites it, it's a very he kind of falls into this sing-songy rhythm. But as it goes on and on, his voice starts to grow louder and he starts to become more expressive. At first he was very reserved, but as he gets into reciting the poem, he starts to let out his raw emotions. And you can feel anger and frustration and hurt radiating out off of every word that he speaks. And finally, it comes to him begging the sun for begging the sun for help, begging for the sun to reach out and just touch him and to just feel its warmth for once in his life. And the sun remains silent. And as he finishes the poem, he's clearly a bit shaken up by it. It's very clearly a very personal experience, very personal feelings that he's letting out into the crowd, and the crowd can feel this radiation of just the frustration, the anger, the pain, and the disappointment to the point of almost wanting to cry. And I guess you could say the lesson is don't trust the sun.
Okay, and with that, you are able to outperform, not outperform per se, but you can see with it, you can see what it was once like a happier tone of like his music as his poetry was a very almost fantastical, almost whimsical, and the harsh contrast of yours to theirs kind of gives a silent almost a silence that kind of hushes around the crowd. It is almost like it is almost like the dramatization of what is feeling, and you kind of just see him go like you just kind of see him as he kind of almost plays like almost a small somber like tone on his guitar as he just kind of looks to you and is like, that's that's deep, man. Honestly, it's nice to have a little counterbalance. I
Catherine
appreciate
just
that.
starts clapping in the background.
Let's hear it for the King's God itself. Adam from the King's God. Nilo does truly keep some rad company. And you see him give a very performative bow to you, Adam.
Adam just kind of awkwardly shoves his hands in his pocket, looking over at the crowd kind of nervously, and just says, the thanks, I guess.
Woo! Encore!
He says that's definitely
He's
worth
excited he
some
can
sort
last.
that's definitely worth some sort of payment with all of that. As you see him kind of nod to one of the otters as they open up a small box with a token for a slip of paper for a 250 shell voucher.
Ooh. Oh, wait, 250 shell what?
Voucher. They can't carry.
Voucher.
Yeah, it's good for 250 shells at the end of the festival.
He picks it up and goes,
For the
this is it.
heart. For the heart pepper.
Uh, thanks. And he gives like a very forced smile as he just shoves into his pocket and just
And
starts
if
heading back to Catherine.
and if you want, hold on. If you want, he pulls out. Would you like just something to go with a more somber tone? Usually, this guitar I have is more for rad tunes, but if either of you can hear it, he offers you a almost like you're not too sure what it is made out of, but he gives you. He says if you want, he offers you what looks to be like a pure bone flute. You're not too sure what creature's bone it is, but it is a bone of a very larger creature that you can tell has been whittled down very precisely into a flute type
Hmm.
instrument.
Oh, I can't really do instruments.
Maybe you're a little it kind of looks maybe one of the other king's gods over there can help learn to be a more supporting cast for your poetry. He kind of
Uh,
gives a wink to you, Catherine, as he kind of has this bone flute in his hand. Maybe I can
Catherine
treat you.
Catherine looks at it for a second. It just starts laughing.
I
Adam
will
just
say, Nilo has also snuck up behind Zeno at this point, and he would also give toothy grins. And then
My
thumbs up.
king, respectfully, I am more a scholar than a musician. For your ears and the rest of the kingdoms, I will refrain from creating a duet with Adam in this way.
You know,
Now,
I went to college
are,
too. Bard College.
yes, well, we learned very different things at our places of knowledge. I learned about the world and how it was created, and the understandings of necromancy and how to bring back souls and beings. And you learned how to play the guitar. So good for you. Mm.
Adam just starts getting into a coughing fit.
Just
That's
starts
sorry,
tight,
pushing
sorry,
man.
sorry.
Catherine
I got
away, just like.
something. I got something stuck in my throat. And then he
Okay,
just takes
Nilla.
the flute. He just takes the flute with a quick thanks,
Cool
and just heads
cats.
over
How's it
back to
going?
Catherine and
Nilo
starts
just
pulling her away.
Nilo just pouts at Catherine, just like
I'm not done. I will come back with this.
Adam is dragging her away, like her feet, her
Com-
heels are dragging in the ground as he's like pulling her away.
compares her college to Bard College. They went to band camp. Where's your summer school?
no, that's worse.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, you had to be like, well, I went to college too. It's like, yeah, you went to fucking community college. Fuck
The
off.
Bard
Like,
College.
you took a class in memes. Like, the fuck? Piss off.
Oh
why
no.
why is Xeno why is Xeno such a launch token?
Because the thing
You,
is, in
what?
reality, it's the same
There we
size
go.
token as Nilo. It's just because of how the borders
Yeah,
are, it makes everyone so small.
yeah. You can see.
Um,
Cool cat. Your god right there has went away with words. They can be super
yeah,
somber and chill.
I was actually gonna ask how Adam did. I wasn't entirely here for it. I just showed up near the end.
It's kind of like the. It's kind
Considering
of
you
like
gave me
the.
an instrument, kind of actually means a lot.
It's kind of like crashing waves on a soothing beach. It's kind of there to let you know that the ocean is deep and vast, while the beachside itself is calm and serene. And sometimes those crashing waves kind of remind you of the force that you're stepping in.
Yeah. No, I get that. Um, I might just end up chilling out here for a minute. I'll check on my guard later. I want to just listen to you do your stuff for now.
Yeah, relays at least several poetries about your adventures that are clearly inflated for tales. Yep and Yap, what are you doing?
Yip and Yap are looking to see if there is any festival like games around.
You see Foster, the one of the few surviving otters of the shell tournament, having this beautifully this beautiful bell on top of this almost large, um, almost like it's almost like a large cylinder type structure with this shell at the very top of it and like a little tiny pebble at the bottom, and there seems to be some sort of almost a lever that is used to make the little tiny pebble go all the way to the top, though you're not really too sure initially how they're expecting you to get there. But it says
Mm.
hit the shell and win a prize.
There
Yeah.
is loud
Yep.
applause coming from the shell game, and Suki is shouting, "Winner! Winner! Chicken dinner! Congratulations, sir! You have won! And your prize is over 500 shells!"
The
And
crowd goes wild.
yeah, they're like people start to like draw into the shell game. Like Suki's trying to draw people into the shell game. The person is actually Kenko, who is shape changed and in disguise. So no shells have actually changed hands here. but Suki is trying to pull people in by presenting them with the opportunity to actually win. You know how when you pull the slots machine, it makes a big fucking fuss whenever you win it.
Yeah.
That's to let everyone know that there's money to be won. So Suki is trying to let everyone know that this is a game you can win. This is a game that people do win, and this is a game that you could win too.
You can go ahead and
Would
give me two d20s.
All right, here's the first. That was so close to a 20. Here's the second. That is a
Ah,
nat 1.
Respectful.
Damn. All right,
You gain an additional 50 shells.
sweet. I also hope that Yip and Yap's attention is here now.
Yep looks over, but he was like midway through asking Froster. Ooh, uh, Froster, was it? What game is this? Hmm. Is he hasn't seen this type of game before.
And see, it's called Pebble and Shell. It's
How do you play?
it's a game where you hit this little kind of shows you there seems to be like this some kind of like lever type mechanism. And so you take this hammer purple and you slam it on this and you kind of see it, and then the pebble reaches up to the shell. Purple.
Do I win prizes if I get it all the way up to the shell?
Yes, but if you smash the shell and the shell breaks, purple, I have to then replace the shell, which means you don't get any prizes, purple.
So I have to hit it hard, but not too hard then?
Precisely, purple. I don't want it to climb up there and get a new shell up there, purple. You see
Mm,
a littered of like 5 different broken shells all around them that look like they've been smashed through the like straight bottom.
straight through the bottom. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm gonna play. Question for you. Could I have said that Yap kept that one shell that hit him in the face, the obsidian one?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Ooh, I have this. Yep, yep. It holds out this obsidian shell. Ooh, I have this harder shell that you can use so it won't break.
Kind of looks. But breaking it is how to tell is part of the game, purple. You have to make sure you don't hit it too hard.
Mm, mm.
I also want to point out obsidian is literally volcanic glass.
Yep doesn't know. Yep doesn't know how strong this is.
Yip
He
doesn't
just
know
thinks
how
It's
it.
rocks
it's
work.
Yeah,
brittle.
Yep thinks it's stronger just because it smacked into Yap's face and didn't crack.
That is fair.
Honestly, that is very fair. Anything that smacks into his face and doesn't break, I mean, there's a problem here.
A plate. My God, it's so powerful.
Let me see. What is Yep's modifier?
Yep
Oh,
is gonna try first.
Yep is gonna try.
Uh-huh.
What's your
Yep.
modifier here?
Plus 17. He's a master in athletics.
Okay, so
Yep.
you need to
Yep
roll,
takes the hammer.
you need to roll between a 20. You fail. Is it a
Oh,
9 or a 6?
it's a 6.
No. You try to hit it, and you're trying to be careful not to break the shell, and you get it about 3/4 of the way up there.
Here, yeah. You want
You've now lost 50 shells.
No, Yap is gonna try.
I'm deducting 50 gold from you.
No, my money.
Not the money.
Yap's
So
gonna.
you have to hit you have to hit between, you can just roll a flat d20. You have to hit between 8 and 12.
Yeah.
12.
You were rolling without me even like putting down the stakes. You were like
He
pre-rolling.
listens to stakes. None whatsoever.
No thought process, just swing.
Well, you managed to hit the shell it almost you almost hear what sounds like almost like a slight crack, but it doesn't crack all the
Mhm,
way. You are so close to cracking it, but it
mhm,
does not crack. You
mhm.
get 100 shells.
Yay!
Yippee!
And as you do that, would you like to give it one more go? Because
Yip
Yip
will give.
is one winner per game, and Yip still is only lost.
Yep, yep, Yip will try again. You see Yip grab the hammer again, but Yap's holding him to help him to steady himself. Okay, so you said 8 to 24. I mean
8 to
8 to 12.
12. 8 to 24. That's a really wide range. 14. As you go to hit this, Yep kind of felt a little bit they wanted to help give you like that extra push. So they kind of like give you a little bit of extra strength, thinking that you wouldn't be able to like get up to it because you didn't get up to it the first time. And Yep kind of gives you that extra little oomph to get the hammer down on the thing, and you do, and you see the pebble go way higher than what you were expecting, and the shell completely shatters on impact as Yep kind of gave you that extra aid to essentially help with this game. And as you do that, you lose 50 more gold, but
Yeah.
you are now at a net loss of 0, but you do
So
have
I
100 shells, which I will then add it back
what?
as 100 gold.
I was like, why did you take away more money?
So you do that, and
Just keep
as you
burning
do
money.
that, you all of a sudden, as you kind of hear that shell crack, a very small, you hear the sounds of someone like dropping a bunch of like something, not too sure what, but like you clearly startled someone as you just hear like a small soft voice go, "Oh, darn it, no, 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 my rocks," and uh, and you see what looks to be a smallish kobold woman that you startled, and they seem to have dropped a lot of their like some of their supplies on the ground.
Yeah. You see Yep go and help picking up rocks as Yap takes the shell gives them the 50 shells back. As Yep starts having, oh, sorry for spooking you. Mm,
It's just it's no one's coming by anyways. I'm just, and I'm trying to read people's fortune, but they don't, I don't know, they don't trust me, or it's just because I'm a kobold, or maybe and they kind of look over at another store and you see what looks to be like a beautifully clad woman with like this velvet, likely red robes on. Their hair is flowing in beautiful, like silken colors, and they seem to have like a whole arrangement of like a giant eye that seems to be above their stand. They just go to the other fortune teller. No one seems to want to go to me. I guess I just need more flair. Maybe next year I can maybe get like a nice curtain or something. And I'm just trying to get someone.
Oh, oh, as Yep stands up with like a pile of rocks in arms. Oh, you can read me Yep's fortune.
They kind of look between. It's just I this it's I just, I mean, I'm sure you look, and they kind of stammer a little bit as they are looking at both of you. I'm sure you got the tournament people, right? The ones that are gonna go fight in the tournament. I'm sure you're already fated to win. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that you're gonna win, of course. And
Well, you can read our fortune in general. Let us know what happens in the future. Mhm. As he like starts putting her rocks on her stand and helping her sort them out.
you see him like, oh, okay, but if, like I said, okay, then sit down right there, and
Mhm,
I'm gonna put this rock right here, and I'm gonna put this right here, and you see her, she seems to be like arranging this table to essentially make it look really professional. You see her have like a few crystals as she's standing up that got knocked down. You see what looks to be a very strange looking cracked mirror that she
mhm,
seems kind of you're not too sure if it broke whenever it got knocked on the ground, but you seem to see like a fractured mirror that seems to be on her stand. I I kind of like this is and I'm supposed to use this to help you, and it's one of those you look in the reflection and your reflection looks back at you, and it seems like you see some stuff in that, and the mirror broke, but I mean I'm sure it still works. And she holds up she kind of grabs after she kind of gets everything. She kind of you see her like making sure that the mirror is at least okay and other pieces are falling out, and she holds up that she kind of gives you the mirror. Which one's gonna look into the mirror first, Yip or Yap?
Yep, but may I roll to see if I can sense any magical from
Yeah.
her?
Go ahead and give me
I got
a
Arcana as my only magic source.
give me an occultism check.
Uh,
19. Give me a second.
hmm. Yep
Let me
would look in the mirror
do.
first,
Yeah.
by the way.
If Yip wants to give me an occultism check, that works too.
Yeah, that was from Yep.
Okay. You see them. You see. It seems to be. It does. There seems to be something on the mirror, but nothing that you can tell of any distinguishing marks.
Yeah,
She
Yep.
holds up the mirror. Which one? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yep is gonna look into the mirror first.
Okay. As you do, you look into this mirror, and in this mirror, and you said which one? Yap or Yep?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I said Yep. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. In this mirror, you see what looks to be almost it seems to be itself. It seems to be some sort it's almost like it's coming together. And you were captivated by this. You see what looks to be the tournament, though in this tournament itself, it seems like it seems like a large woven figure is quickly approaching, and you see Yap and Yap seems to be trying to defend as the large woven figure is going directly to you. You definitely feel like a sense of uneasy nature about it, though the actual face of the kobold seems to be unfazed, as they're not really telling if they are seeing what you're seeing. But it definitely does seem like a dreadful possibility. But you can quickly kind of shake it off as you kind of feel like you can tell this isn't what should happen, but it could happen. But it does kind of take you a sec. It takes you aback a second, but
I'm
after a
feeling
bit,
I'm
you feel better
so
about it.
so I'm feeling like I'm gonna get rushed down. Would that
Yes,
be good?
but you don't
Okay.
feel like it's shaking you at all in your resolve.
Okay. Hmm.
Did
Hmm.
you what did you see in there? Did
Um,
you see anything
I
interesting?
I saw me in the tournament fighting the hero fellow, and he was rushing me down, and then the mirror vision, I guess the way to describe it, cuts off. Mm.
Maybe well it did was your friend there too? He was part of the tournament too, right? You fight together?
You didn't describe Yap being there, did you? Right?
I know I said he was blocking the way of the
Okay,
woven
block.
figure getting to you.
Okay, just so I confirm. Yeah, yeah, I saw Yap there. He was defending me from him rushing us down.
Well, then, and she kind of like looks in the mirror and looks at. Well, maybe then, maybe if we see it from his perspective, maybe it'll give a little bit more clarity of what can happen. And she offers the mirror to Yap.
Yap's gonna look into the mirror.
Okay.
I also want to do this mirror thing. Damn.
Mhm,
Okay. Give me a second here.
mhm,
Okay. Um, let me put you back here.
mhm.
As Yap looks into this mirror, they see all the way. Only can be tell is they see this large woman figure coming directly at them. And for one of the few times you can't see this, only they see this, but you do feel a sense of almost a darkness that comes over Yap, and you can tell that they almost a sense of fear as they are looking deeper into this mirror. You see their focus is completely locked on this mirror and nothing else around them as they are watching the woven figure not only coming at them, but also not only going past them, but the large woven figure actually jumps over them and basically slices directly through you, Yip. And it is a sense of almost true concern, fear, and dread all at the same time. And they are powerless to stop it, as you not only just lose the tournament, but you are actually dead from this. And it haunts Yap very dreadfully.
Mm. You see, Yap is Yap like grabs on tighter to Yip. Mm,
That's supposed to be on. I guess I guess it
yeah.
doesn't matter. Yep. Still, even though you hold on to Yab, you can tell he does get a little bit of his focus back as he kind of drops the mirror on the table. But you can tell there was a look in his eyes that he is genuinely afraid of what is going on, and there was a certain way unwaveringness about him that you can tell he is a part of him is frozen in this dreadful fear.
Mm, mm.
And across the street, uh, Godwin's gonna see the commotion, and chiefly he's gonna see Suki heading the stand, and he's just gonna like, he's gonna walk up and he's like, Suki, what are you up to this time?
Just games, Godwin. Would you like to play?
Something headed by you? I'm not dumb enough to try that. Come on. I know you got tricks and schemes around there somewhere.
What
Tell
a
me, what is
shame. I'm rehabilitated now, didn't you hear?
it? I I see that collar. Quote unquote rehabilitation.
Oh,
Hmm.
come now, Godwin, it's just a game. What could you possibly lose? Try
Eh,
50 shells.
no.
Let me get him back on that.
Trust me, dude. I'll be fine. I just want to make sure. I just want to keep your nose out of trouble. Right.
I'm
I'm really not
saying,
looking to do any job today. So please, simmer down and don't. Well, you messed with the wrong store before, so you should know better, right?
Suki's like, as Godwin approached, kind of like hiding a bag of all the shells he's won. Like, oh shit.
He's giving you like
Like
the
under
stare.
the table, like Suki's got a big bag of shells that he's ripping people off from.
He's like, hmm.
No trouble here, officer. Just playing some games with the locals and getting along. It's been so much fun, and Suki gives you a sweet smile.
I'm sure it has. Just, I don't know, man. I just don't give me a reason to come over there, and I won't look any further. You hear?
Oh, of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think that there's someone behind you who wants to play.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I just came over here to give you the heads up. Don't get
Consider myself duly warned, then, officer.
don't get too big for your britches. All right. Have a good rest of the festival and c- continue with your merry activities.
Stay safe,
Yeah,
officer.
Mm,
same to you.
yeah. So
He's gonna.
as you walk past, you see Yip and Yap Yip says goodbye to the fortune teller lady, but you see Yap is like in somewhat of a dazed state. It's like they go walk. Is there bench? Would you say there's like benches or
Yeah, there's
some
tons of benches
such setup?
around.
Yeah, like Yip and Yap go sit down at like a bench, and you see them like communicating, but they're not talking out loud. They're just looking at each other.
Oh,
Hmm.
hey, Yip and Yap, right?
I
Oh,
Oh, we're
You're good.
paused.
You're good.
I did I see Yip and Yap as well?
Roll me in a cultism check, pockets, as
Sure.
Suki, of course. Not as
As
pockets.
Suki. As Suki.
Pocket doesn't have occultism.
That's
I
what
have a
you think.
cultism.
Fine.
Pocket as a
I
player has
am
occultism.
I
Um,
am
you realize that Yap is under a curse right now. As you could almost see, you could feel the magic kind of coming off of across the way, and you sensed a deep, almost chilling effect that only you recognize. As you can tell, no one else seems to be affected by it, and you can tell that someone, as you specializing in witch-like activities, realized that across the way from you, a powerful curse was just played upon someone. As you see
I have a
Yap walk away.
I have a question, Zerda. Do I know I'm under the slowed
No,
condition?
you were just all very you were essentially, it is not, you do not realize it. As far as you can tell, Yap is just extremely afraid of what he saw in the fight, and he thinks that it is going to come to pass, and that makes him waver a little bit.
I mean,
so Shuckles, do you wanna I think I have some activity to be involved in. Do you wanna go first or should I?
Uh, I mean, I was gonna just call him out, but yeah. Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
if you don't think you'll
yeah,
be able, yeah, go ahead.
like, hey, Yip and Yap, how's it going?
Yep, and
um,
Yap just, okay, you're good.
yeah, I'm here.
Hmm?
Yeah. Oh. Uh, we played that Bell Shell game, and then we went over to help that nice fortune teller lady over there, and she showed us our fortunes of the tournament. Yep, looks a bit shaken up though. You can see Yap looks like he's sort of dazed and not all the way there.
Well, good fortunes, I hope.
My fortune was a little bit worrisome, but Yap won't really
Ah,
talk about his.
well,
Mm,
that's what fortunes are for, right? To change them, right?
mm,
The future is always malleable, you know? Hmm.
yeah. Oh, hi
Yeah.
Suki.
Oh yeah, Suki's still like at the edge of the stall.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't
like
know if you were I didn't know if you were coming over to me or not. So
yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, you got
mm.
say who are you fighting next in the tournament? Remind me again.
We're supposed to be finding Hero, but Yap doesn't seem all the way there after the fortune though.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, listen, just get out there and wreck face, alright? If you do what you if you do what you did against me, then I'm sure you'll have it in the bag. Hmm, hmm, you know?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? My audio cut out.
Yeah,
He's giving you moral support.
Mm,
yeah. Listen, if you did what you did against me, you'll be
mm,
right as rain. Yeah, was downright terrifying.
mm, mm.
I must say I have to agree with the officer here. Your companion truly is a force to be reckoned with. What seems to be troubling you, though?
Mm, mm. Yeah, yep, it kind of just looks not there at all. I don't know. Yep, just seems kind of out of it. Mm, sure, I might need to go talk to Dilo about this.
Most unfortunate. I hope that Yap feels better very soon.
Yeah. How long is it supposed to be till the actual fight, by the way?
Like 2 hours, maybe an hour.
Mm, an hour.
Nail like bristles around Godwin's neck just for running.
Let me bring in nails just so you can bristle
Dang.
properly. Oh yeah, he's under characters,
Cool.
not pets for some reason.
They're
Yeah,
full-fledged
sort of like
characters,
I
alright.
realized that flaying hits is also not a sword anymore and just a rabbit.
They're currently in rabbit form at the moment. They're with Bryn. Bryn is
He's like,
trying to get
he's
people to
like,
convince people to buy their alcohol.
Yep, as Bryn would. Um, are you two still conversing?
idle chatter.
Idle chatter.
Listen, let's let's take your mind off of it and go have some fun, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
couple peeps up this way. Have you been up here
Okay.
yet?
Oh no, we haven't.
So perfect time to let's go then. Let's see what
Yeah.
these peeps got in store for us.
I would say Yip and Yap would spend about half an hour with Godwin before they would go talk to Milo.
That's fair. And yes, Pockets, what are you doing?
I'd like to approach the fortune teller and be like, and say to her, if only there were some way to divine the future of a tournament contestant.
You're gonna say them? Oh yes, my fortunes. You know what they always say. The fortune is in the eye of the beholder. I can only, the fortune is whatever happens. I can only maybe help sometimes facilitate it.
I think that you've helped enough, haven't you? I much prefer the saying fortune favors the bold, and I believe you've been very bold today. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I've hardly had many people come by so far. So any of the people who come by, I've been trying to help everyone. It's just trying to, trying to make people feel a little bit better about, knowing some things that can happen in the future.
I'm sorry, I blanked out for like a second. I had something
Uh,
to say.
you can go and say it.
Um, that's what I'm saying. I had what I was about to say, and then I just absolutely blanked out on it.
They
Um,
cast a feeble mind at you. Uh, a stupefied one.
they they probably succeeded, honestly.
Give me, let me get that. Let me get that.
You want that will save.
Yeah, you roll the will save, not me.
All right. Are they doing this on the sly?
They're mixing their spell with their anxiety words.
All right. Now feeble mind, is that an enchantment spell?
I think it might be. Let me double check. It doesn't even matter because you even one higher than. You are completely unaffected by this. You remember what you. It takes you like 6 seconds to remember what you're gonna say, but then you remember it.
You
Uh,
know, I was going to extend a professional courtesy to you, not to interfere with your designs, but you know it's rather rude to start casting these enchantments around. What would King Nilo think?
Also, I will say, Suki, if you look over, you just see him sunbathing. He is just full on asleep
is Nilo
sunbathing
nude
as he listens
again?
to Zeno. What?
Cause
No,
Okay, you say
no.
sunbathing.
Okay. He's on his back with his paws up in normal form, not even cat for once. but he fell asleep while he was listening to Zeno. And
You,
so it's just happy cat noises as he's just on his
He's just
back.
purring like a motorcycle. He's like so loud.
Honestly, if it was quiet enough, you could hear him even from that distance.
you kind of also you kind of see. Go ahead, let me do this. But Suki, you hear them as you kind of mention that to them. They say, "Of course, as long as King Nilo is king, of course, you know they have lots of things to decide. I'm sure they have so much on their plate. As long as them and of course Zeno remains kings of this land."
And what would they say when when I tell them that a certain fortune teller, and Suki leans in close, decided to take it upon themselves to change the future of one of the participants
Ow.
of said tournament?
They lean in close. Then you'd probably say that you should be keeping up to your servant job to them, and you'd be such a good servant to King Nilo. Of course, if there was a different king, you wouldn't have to be servant to them, and you wouldn't have to go and perform and tell them everything you know. You'd be a much more freer man that way.
Interesting. Interesting. You are quite interesting. I think that we have some things that we need to discuss now. Don't you agree?
I do have many faults, and you kind of see her. She kind of goes back to from a less serious to a kind of ditzy mode. Well, there's so many fortunes to say. I know that lady over there seems to get all of the fortunes of everyone here. I'm just giving them the little best I can. My little mirror. This mirror cracked so violently when I dropped it earlier today. I have so many fortunes to tell today. Only if some people would come by.
If you're not going to work with me, I'm just going to turn you in and enjoy the trust that I will bank with King Nilo. You know, I've been trying to build some rapport. Having friends in high places is the best, honest.
And of course, the highest, of course, the land. King Nilo being the highest of all the kings in this whole land. It's not like anyone else could possibly overtake that. They hold the highest authority, unless there was somebody else with higher authority. Then, well, they might think differently. But for now, we do have King Nilo, and we have to respect their laws.
All right. So Suki will again uh, lean in a little bit closer, and I would like to say, someone's going to find out sooner or later. You might as well tell me. You should trust me.
Give me a
And
diplomacy check.
no, I want a will save.
Okay.
Damn, succeeds.
Because they, oh, of course, there's many things. Give it a day or two, and you'll see. And I'm sure more than enough for give it a good night's rest, as they say. Fortune is only a day's away, so why not give it a day and see what happens? I hear there's a bountiful betting that's happening on the betting on the tournament. I could redirect you over there if fate is so determined. Then why not game the fate?
I would love to take you up on your offer. As a matter of fact, please direct me to the betting booth.
And they let you know where the Papu leading the bets for the tournament are.
Alright. Can I make a politics lore check to I want to know if there are any important dignitaries or foreign leaders who are in the city watching this tournament?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
That
I'm looking
politics law.
that
Uh,
politics lore. I am a master of politics.
I will go to Adam and Catherine after this.
Okay.
You go as you notice several people have been invited into the essentially into the kingdom. There is people from the Feywilds. There's people from a smaller town full of lizards and rodents. There's a few others from the Kitsune village. You realize that as you passed by, you've seen the leader of the Kitsune here. You can only guess that you can only guess that they would also be here under protection of Nilo as well.
Ah, yes, I assume. So the last thing that Suki's going to say to this kobold lady is, and they will lean in close again, whispering, "I'm going to back your play, but, but, I want in."
And say, well, they, like I said, if I know you're currently, and they kind of stammering a little bit. Of course, I know that you're one of the, well, and they kind of look at prisoner to Nilo, or their trusty servant by force, if I'm not mistaken.
How long is your little charade going to last?
Well, of course, we pack up tomorrow after the festival ends soon enough. I must be gone tomorrow, and of course, all things happen so quickly around here. Only if we could just have longer festivals. Of course, King Nilo has determined this, and maybe, like I said, maybe we can have a longer festival next year.
Give me something.
They seem to be pretty. Give me the diplomacy check.
All right.
Okay. Without
I rolled a
say,
one.
they kind of look around. They say, "Look, I know you're part of, and like, what exactly is your relation with Nilo again? You're basically
I
on
am a
parole.
I am a trusted confidant of the king.
You are
I
on
advise
parole.
I I advise on criminal matters.
You know that they say, well, of course, the laws of, of course, with all the laws and everything around here, of course, that relates to the day of the festival only being, as long as it is. Maybe if there was, if anything would happen, if there was somebody new to make laws, then maybe the laws that you kept you and Servant Danilo would no longer be in effect. But that's only a
Yes,
hypothetical, of course.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't get me wrong, but there's just such a hassle in changing the status quo when I'm so close to the ruler that is.
Well, they always say, the
You
best.
understand that I've worked very hard to place myself right next to the king. You understand that.
Well, they always say if you're really that good, that the best action is to do action, and the worst action you can take is inaction. Of course, I know you'd always make sure to defend the king in anything wrong, but I should make sure that you don't end up becoming too inactive, especially with all these people around here. I would make sure that you don't get distracted. It's a very, very
Like
busy
I
time.
like I said, I'll back your play for now, but only because I'm so very curious to see where it leads.
Got it. And they kind of have that shy persona. What is Adam and Catherine doing, by the way?
I'll let Turtle take the lead on this one.
Catherine kind of at this point, she kind of stands and dusts her dress off. I will fight him about this. I have no problem with fighting a bard. Mm, Just because he doesn't. Bard college is not actual college. It's dumb. Mm.
I went to Bard
Ugh.
College.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You did great. That was lovely. The definite ideas of taking the sun and portraying a negative aspect to it, very unique and haunting and beautiful. But not. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are you
I don't
okay?
believe you. I'm fine. I don't believe you. But that's besides the point. I'm looking deeper than what you're answering. Okay. So, I saw Suki running a game. That's probably going about as well as you think it probably is.
Yeah. I would not trust that.
Oh, 100% no. No, 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 no. Never, never in a million years. Um, I saw the fortune teller. She looked interesting. I did see a giant plush thingamabob. Don't know what creature it is.
Would you like me to win it for you?
Yes, I would. But do you want to do that before or after the fortune reading?
Turtle, which would you prefer?
Who is this turtle lady?
You know, I mean, I'm talking out of character. Turtle, which would you prefer?
We could. Well, I mean, DM. Uh, do you feel is that mini game situation set up for the
Yes,
plushie, or is that
yes, it
cool?
is. It is narratively there.
Dope.
We can do the plushie first and then go to the
Yeah.
fortune teller.
Yes.
So he says, "Look, you let me do my thing. I'll do your thing now, okay?
Thank you, dear.
Lead the way."
Where the fuck is it?
As Clover
You
flutters
see,
onto, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. You see, what you go around and you see what looks to be a you see what looks to be a small set of goblins along with Hero, and there seems to be an archery slash spellcasting um, mini game where you have to essentially pop a series of small and what they it's a little bit it's a goblin, so it's like these small little it's called pop the warts, and it's like this like it has like this really ugly but like comically ugly like hag face on the end of the backboard, and you see these like little bubbles that come up on her face like little tiny warts, and you see them it's these little goblins as they kind of laughing at it, and you have to pop all the warts on the hag's face with either some sort of ranged projectile, and if you do manage to get all of them with perfect timing, you can choose one of the giant stuffed animals. It's a goblin mini game.
I don't necessarily trust the goblins, but I do want the thingamabob.
I will see if I can get you the thingy-mabob that you want.
It's a thingamabob.
You
A
see a
thingamabob.
giant stuffed purple dragon there. It's like a giant is holding like a little tiny coin that says winner on it. And there's also a giant stuffed camel.
Are they both like the same like level? Because usually winning has like tiers and like they have like
Um,
tiers for these
the
games.
the top tier, the top tier prize is definitely the purple dragon with the winner coin on it. It's like a little wormling kind of dragon with its little horns, and then the camel is clearly like second best.
Okay. All right. I guess we're gonna do this. He kind of walks up to the stand with Clover, just going, "Games, games, games, games! I want to play the game! I want to play the game! I want to play the game!" And he says, "No, no, this is for people, remember?" She says, "Oh," and yeah. Yeah.
You see, you see, pop the warts, pop the hag's warts away the prize.
So are there projectiles that I have to use, or can I just use like my own little spell projectiles?
You see them, you see them, you see them kind of, you see this one goblin kind of, holding these little kind of flames. He's kind of he's kind of juggling these little flame balls in his hand. You can tell they are of literally pure magic. It's clearly he has spellcasting these little flame balls he's juggling. And you see a very happy looking, goblin with a bow and arrow. And then you say, oh, you can use your magic, you can use your arrows. You just gotta not damage the hag too much. Don't go burning the hag down.
All right, magic it is. Do I like take one of the flames, or do I just have to like produce my own stuff?
I can give you my own magic if you like, but if you can produce your own magic, you can do that as well.
All right, I'm gonna be a little homebrewy here. He's going to produce a little golden flame in his hand. Can I do that?
Yeah, no, 100%. Keep going.
Yeah. And he's gonna. So what I need. Catherine just shoots a
Produce flame.
fireball from behind him.
No, you produce flame. It's a cantrip. You just.
Yeah,
I don't have that cantrip. But
I
it's
can
fine.
give
I
you,
like.
I
I
can
know.
give
I'm
you
just.
the,
I'm
I
just
can give you the
giving you
cantrip.
the produce flame cantrip so you know what it says.
You can have
Okay.
the cantrip.
Okay. So
It is
is
a
it
small cantrip. You can just have the.
okay? Okay. So is it? Let me make sure I understand this game right. So you have to like. So is it like they start a timer and you have to pop as many warts as possible?
Yeah. You'll start a
Okay.
timer and you
Okay.
see like little tiny like you'll see like the bubbles will like you see like the bubbles will like very slowly kind of raise out of the like hag's face, and you have to pop them before it pops itself. And if it pops the ward itself before you get a chance to pop it, then you lose the ward point.
Hmm.
So you gotta be really fast on it.
I want to do something creative, but I want to
Go
know
for it.
if you'll let me do it. Because he is
It
a
is a
sorcerer.
yeah, go for it.
So what I'm thinking is like, would he be able to modify it so when the flame hits the warts, smaller flames burst out in like an AoE and hit the other warts?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to do that then.
Go ahead and give me on your if you want I can do as well. If you see a new character sheet under the divine spontaneous spell, you'll see like a little plus 19 dice. Just click that dice.
I don't see that. Where is that? What tab is that under?
Spell
It'll be under
casting.
spell. It'll be under spell
It's next to
casting.
your
Okay.
spell DC. It'll have like a little plus 19.
It'll be right
Oh, plus
underneath
19.
where
I
it
got it
says
right here.
your
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
spontaneous spells.
I will roll it. I hate my life.
You lose 50.
Welcome.
You lose 50 of your shells, but as you try to, you were beginning to learn the game. It's your first attempt on this game, and as you do, the various words begin to pop around you, as you kind of quickly kind of lose track of all of it, seeing all of them at the same time. You do lose 50 gold, but you can try again.
I will try again. I'm rolling again.
Go for it. It's not bad.
Fuck.
I will say, you begin to pop it all. They say, okay. A few of them begin to get, a few of them miss. They say, okay, that's pretty good. You begin to learn the game now. You can either take this camel over there, or you can do double or nothing.
Are the goblins saying anything to each other in goblin?
They were saying it to you specifically.
No, but I'm just asking, like, are they, like, saying anything, like,
This
thinking that I
one,
can't understand it?
this one seems to be talking to this one, and they're like, well, I think they almost got it, but I think they're missing. I think they're just not fast enough, you know. I think we got them on this one. Tell them to go double or nothing, and we'll get double the cold. And that's when this one speaks up and double or nothing.
He looks over to Catherine. How badly do you want that dragon?
Biggest puppy dog eyes you've ever seen come out of it. I'll accept the camel.
Uh,
But
Clover's like bouncing her head up and down like pigeons do, and it's just like all or nothing, all or nothing, all or nothing.
I can let you.
Uh,
I can let you roll one more time at advantage because you have been learning the game a little bit.
okay. I will roll one more time at advantage. So
It means it'll say keep higher.
yeah, keep higher. There it is.
Okay, with a 10, that is enough to beat the DC. You manage to, as you see them kind of having all of the little words pop, like you, especially with Clover, kind of like aiding you in your ear. You were able to essentially you learn to not only control your flames, but also guide them after they have already split into several ends. You were then able to control those ends of the flames that separated, and it's like you're weaving, like almost like a puppet master wielding this string of like little flaming knives as you were able to get every single one of the wars pop just in time. There's one more that happens at the very end as you're beginning to increase your ability. There seems to be almost as they you see them talking amongst themselves saying, "Ah, quick, get the one underneath the chin. They won't see that one." And as they say that, you understand exactly what they're saying, as almost imperceptible to you. You see that small little bump that begins to rise underneath the chin, almost imperceptible to anyone, and you finish your last knife with a clean, almost shaven sweep underneath the hag's chin, popping the very last one of the warts, having all of them completely gone.
Nice.
Ah,
Yeah.
you got it. You're gonna see. How the hell did they get it? I don't know. That's supposed to be the secret one underneath. Ah, you must have made it too obvious looking. And then they turn to you and their regular comment. There you go, biggest dragon you've ever seen. To your heart's content.
He smiles at them and in Goblin says, "Thanks for the fun game."
Hey, you see
as he
visible
as he
frustration.
walks away with Catherine carrying the dragon.
You
It's so
now own
fun.
you now own a giant purple dragon with a plushie.
me, my girlfriend, and her 20-foot long giant plushy dragon.
I will add it to your treasure list.
Treasure. It is treasure. It was one.
Catherine just quickly and looks at the goblins. Also, if you ever try to pull a stunt like that again, and she just flickers her hand, and there's just like a black hole that like spawns in her hand, and then she just crushes it and just walks away happy with the dragon.
Hey, you've already won. Get out. You've already won your prize. Go take the dragon.
Yay.
You can add it to your home.
Oh yeah. It's going in the snow globe. It's in her room now. It's like a new uh it's
Giant
like a new
purple,
chair in the back.
a giant plushy purple dragon. It was supposed to be the dragon was supposed to be part of the festivities, and it was actually supposed to be a creature, but it can be a plushie now. He's just right there.
Wee
It doesn't just. You throw it and it
That's
kind of
a plushie, that's
flies.
how it is.
It
Throw in
has
it flies like an airplane.
It flaps like a little bit, and you're like,
you cast fly on it, just
Pretend.
Okay. Do we want to do the fortune teller? Because I imagine you want to go to other people and then come back to us again,
if
right?
you wanna get your fortune read, you 100% can.
We do. I do. I want to see what
yeah.
happens. I want to see if you drop some trauma on Adam.
Same with Catherine.
Can I ask a question before
Go ahead.
we do that? I just want to know who has stuff that they want to do.
This is
I
I
need to
have
talk to
things I want
Nila
to
still.
do.
I
All
still
right, you
want
need
to
to
talk.
talk to Nilo.
Everyone needs
You
to talk
got
to Nilo.
you
I
got
just want
30
to talk to
minutes,
Mary, bro.
Nilo
Let me talk to
sunbathing.
Mary.
Their entire like god comes up to them. Nilo,
Yeah.
Nilo, they're
No,
sunbathing.
Suki's gonna be first because I only took a
It's
couple
like
minutes.
it's like Nilo sees everyone, smells ghoul, and is just like there.
You just see a
It's gone.
sworn guard approaching you, asking questions.
He just smells
Xeno,
Mary all of a sudden, and it's just like, That's who I was looking for. I knew she was here.
So do we want to do the fortune first and then we
If
can all
you
come to Nilo?
let Shekels have some time. Let's see what
Yeah, that's
Shekels is
fair.
doing.
That's fair. Let's check us out sometime.
What is Shekels
Hmm.
doing?
Uh, well, yeah. He's
Mhm.
pretty much been going up, checking out these stalls, trying to, get Yap's mind off of the tournament.
Emotional.
Uh,
Would you like to roll for emotional support?
Mhm.
I mean, sure.
You can see that
Uh,
Yip is also starting to
give
get
me a
tired
give
as
me a
well.
nature check.
Emotional
Alright,
damage.
alright. Uh, okay, so
You
that's
handle
a
Yap like a
19.
Nah, with that check, you are able to sense there. You're able to have a slight emotional intelligence with them. You realize that they are indeed something seems to be bothering them on a deeper like level, and you as your own person can kind of feel that. Like you are able to emotionally understand them at this moment. You understand. You
That
kind of look at their
empathy.
body language. You kind of see their body language. You kind of see the look in their eyes, even though you don't even speak the same language as Yap. You feel that there is almost a understanding between you both. You now have rolled emotional intelligence against the dragon and
Okay.
succeeded.
Nice.
Well, anyway, uh, yeah. What are stalls looking like up here?
You see
Yeah.
one ghoul that seems to. There seems to be a. Looks like there is a ghoul up here. That seems to with almost like some kind of symbol around their neck and kind of like a necklace type scenario. And this school seems to be trying to convince people to come to the tower to see the wonders that are there and to spread the words of the wonderful necrotic energy of the tower.
Can I look? Can I roll to see if I recognize the symbol
Go
in this
ahead.
necklace?
Give me an occultism
Uh,
check.
occultism. All right. Um, let's see. Then yeah, I'll add that because I'm always be using this. Sure.
You do not recognize the symbol at all. It seems to be something that, whatever it was not from this island or even this entire continent. You've never seen it anywhere on this entire continent. It
Hmm.
seems to be spreading the words of a upcoming. It seems to be spreading the words about there's a beautiful city across the island named Otari that they have been expanding for years now, and they're inviting everyone to come join the town and expand it and look at all the new things that have been there. Was once they mentioned how there was once a small lumbering town, now is full of trades and wonders, and is full of different creatures all free of prejudice, and just all undead are welcome, and anyone there can find themselves at peace. And there's the grand goddess that protects and watches over the town from their great lofted tower.
He's gonna like chuckle and be like, and turn to Yes and be like, you want to humor him? It could be interesting to hear him out.
Uh, sure. That's not obvious.
The only characters
All
not from the
right.
last campaign, talking to the last campaign's main character.
It's like,
What do you mean?
so my fine fellow,
Yes, yes.
what is it?
Have you heard the wonderful news of Atari?
Enlighten me.
You see,
What's that?
10 years ago, almost on the dot, 10 years and 3 months ago, there was once a desolate tower full of people who wanted to do nothing more than find their own self interest. but through the power of King Nilo, as well as various adventurers that were with them, and of course the grand Ophelia herself, the tower has been restored, and the beautiful city of Otori is fine and flourishing. We've been trying to invite trade, but being a small island as we are not able to influence others to come and join the trade that is Otari. Only a small lumbering town, once full of nothing but the fishermen in a small guild, is now home to such beautiful people, and all the creatures of the undead are there to find themselves at peace and home. And I see you may not be undead, but I'm sure you know of an undead, and I'm sure you would want to make sure that they're taken care of. You don't want them all hungry and wandering about like a mindless beast. With over here, with the tower's
So,
energy, the undead is able to rise and feel and find itself a home. And in the ghoul city themselves, down underneath the tower, we find and flourish.
Oh,
I say I'm a tad skeptical, because to you say they don't want the undead to, what is it, be hungry. In my experience, that's all they ever are.
oh,
I'm
They
like,
they look they
I don't
look
like the couple.
extremely offended at you as
mm,
you're saying that.
oh, I know an undead. Maybe I can go talk to them for you. Mm,
Your very king is undead, I'll have you know, you young winds, always going around spouting your knowledge of creatures that you've never had a chance to be with.
Yeah, that's who I was
What are you
gonna go
talking
ask.
about?
I'm gonna ask Nilo. I'm part of their guard, I think they called it.
And I'm part of their best friend circle, I'll have you know. They personally rescued my tower and brought back the beautiful, lovely Ophelia. Oh, her beautiful hair is so lustrous and luxurious, and she stands about the tower and fills it with her necrotic energy, filling all of the undead and creating peace among the realm there.
Oh, you also know King Nilo. There's
Oh,
a young
Mhm.
tiefling man in a nice suit. Oh, yes, we had the privilege of meeting earlier. I believe that there was something about a turkey involved. It was the most unusual thing.
If it was involving King Nilo, I'm sure they were able to punch their way out of anything. They were able to punch the fake impostor in the face, down in the very depths of the tower, and restore it to its grateful life. They even personally helped me form my court of politicies and be able to have a grand democracy.
Really
mm,
fast. It's been
well,
10 years and Nilo still
yeah,
hasn't like fixed that.
They
Bro,
have
what
mm,
have I
active.
been doing?
yeah.
They have
I mean,
actively
They're
been
just
growing a
spreading.
city. They grew a society underneath the tower, Nilo.
No, I'm
yeah.
saying their ideas of what the words are even pronounced or
You
mean.
try to
Like,
correct them, but they just are unable. They learn something the first time and only know it as what they learned it.
that sounds
Mm.
about right. Yeah.
Well, if you're already best friends with Nilo, then it should be really easy to convince them to help expand your trade with their kingdom.
Yes, of course, of course. I'm here now, as you can see. Clearly, I've been welcomed in the door. But do you think I can walk into an elven kingdom with my girlish nature, my beautiful girlish, ghoulish nature, if you will, and be welcome in anywhere? No, this is the only place I can find home. And I want everyone from all of the kingdoms to come and enjoy the trade that is Otari.
What
Oh,
is your kingdom trade again?
I was gonna ask the same thing. You said it was a small lumber and fishing town, right? What
Oh, she
what
kind
have
of
they gained in the
wags.
past years?
She kind of wags her finger at you. Of course you would only hear that, but no, I'm from. We even went and made our society
I
in the
heard that's from
Underdark.
you.
We not that was what I said it was before, but not what it is now. It is now a beautiful city full of other trades, especially with Nilo's family taking over the kingdom of the humans that try to betray the tower and destroy the tower. And with King Nilo's help, he was able to stop those evil firebenders from destroying the tower and killing all of us inside. Even though a
Oh,
lot were lost that day, we were now safe and welcome inside the tower. And now and he kind of points points at you even more. Have you ever known what kind of things lie beneath this Earth's surface? The kind of stuff below the crust, the magic items that have fallen and have millions of years of sand and dirt to go on top of it. The Underdark is where the true magic is, and if you ever want to see what a true magic item looks like, you'd come down to
Well,
underneath the tower and see what society looks like in the Underdark.
well,
Ooh, that
I've
sounds
seen a
fun.
lot of things from underground, and
Mm.
generally they're trying to kill me, so I tend to avoid them.
I mean, I can go talk to Nilo about talking to you about establishing trade.
I've
Okay.
already told you, lad, we have trade. If you want to help me, then you can help me trade with the Dragonborn and the other people of the other kingdoms. Nilo trades with me just fine. I'm trying to spread the
Eh,
word in this festival so the Elven Kingdom and the Goblin Kingdom and the great Dragonborn Kingdom can look at me and be beautiful and admire my girlish glory.
Well,
okay.
give your pitch then. You've talked a lot about wanting trade, but
Mm.
you haven't really given the pitch.
Yep
I
looks more. I was gonna say Yep looks even more dazed, and Yep looks worried for him. Mhm.
think
I
I have a.
imagine
Go ahead.
I Hubris will say to the ghoul, I imagine that you have trade goods to share with us.
Ah, yes, the magic items. So many things left to time. It's almost like the land before time down there. Dinosaurs that once would never be seen upon this world are now down there. It's like an ice age has been thawed down there, and the amount of items you can find down there are wondrous and magical. Of course, there's dangers down there, but that's why they kind of look and they hold up a symbol. This is the symbol of the ghoulish city, and in this city you'll find a good respite and you'll find a good home to find yourself relaxing, and then you can go adventuring in the Underdark. And in this Underdark you'll find all kinds of creepy and crawlies and dangers all abound. And with a quick blade and a quick spell and a cast of a few things, you'll find yourself destroying endless creatures of unsavory nature and taking those magic items that were once lost to time down here and for yourself.
Oh, so it's an adventuring town.
Eh,
Hmm,
that
that
sounds
is
fun.
quite interesting. Let's see. I do say your appearance might actually help in that accord. If you go around preaching about, the danger and the potential rewards, then I'm sure people will flock.
Are
And
you inviting adventurers to go down and destroy them?
it's in order to elevate the ghoulish city is needs to help
That
expand,
was out of
so.
character, by the way.
Oh, they were inviting you to come down and kill various unruly wildlife around the ghoulish city.
Yeah.
They are 100% trying to expand their territory down there.
Nice.
They already got Nilo to destroy like almost the entire tower so they could basically have it like to themselves, and now they're just convincing other people to destroy the creatures around them so then they can just take control of that land.
Bro, Nilo wasn't at fault, okay?
You went and
Nilo was
destroyed all that
totally at fault.
opposed them.
That's the thing, though. Was it for the tower? It was for the tower. That's my excuse, okay?
For the tower.
I also like the praise.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm.
Even if Nilo can't fucking hear it, but like he likes the praise. He do big sniffers. He knows Mary is here.
You could tell them that they do. You see, and if you want to, we can even offer protection services. You see them hold out what looks to be almost like a leather hide. This is clearly a like leather hide that has been cleaned and cut from some sort of creature, and on it you see runic symbols that are engraved onto it. Even your King Nilo itself wears the mark of one of our prize tattoo artists in this city. In that city itself, if you look underneath their wings, you'll see the tattoos that we even did ourselves. Even the king themselves wears our wounds with pride, and they'll protect you too. Just a few bits of
What?
gold down in the city, and you'll find yourself adventuring with the protection of Bound.
A, a tattooist? Hmm.
Oh.
Hey, can I like appraise their tattoo work?
Yeah. It is you would basically tell what it is. It is a magical tattoo that has a small pool of magic that you can draw from. And if you draw from that tattoo, you can feel that it would protect you and give you a higher. I feel it would basically be able to allow you to be a little bit more dexterous whenever you are trying to be in combat. You can almost feel like it's almost like it's not like a haste spell, but like you could feel it gives you like the awareness and energy to continue and kind of keep up with the fight.
So I'm talking about like the actual tattoo,
Yeah, it's
like the
about
design itself.
yeah, it's a pretty it's a pretty decent magic item. It is magically tattooed on this piece of flesh. There is not much you can do with it on the flesh, but if it were to be tattooed on you, you would know that it would be actually able to be protecting you, and you would be able to use it. It is legitimate.
Totally
Yeah,
legit.
I'm talking about the design.
What do you want me to tell you? I don't know what you're asking.
I'm asking like
What it
the
looks like.
design and like the clarity of like the actual ink. I'm not talking about the magic. I'm not talking about it as an item. I'm talking about it
Does it
as a
look cool,
tattoo.
Zerda?
Does it look
Um, this one itself is this one itself looks like a shield, but like a kite shield with a single palm facing out as if it is stopping whatever it comes close to it from approaching. It is almost like it is this stop shield. And it's kind of you kind of see in the palm you see these little rivets of like where their veins would be and where their almost like the markings of their hand is very very intricately designed. Even like the shield itself is almost looks like somehow they were able to tattoo what looks to be little tiny metal rivets on this piece of leather skin.
mm, very interesting. Say, and what this was made by someone you know?
Yes, the very same that actually tattooed your king himself.
Yes. I mean, yes. Interesting. Yeah. Listen, I'd be very interested in meeting them. Do you have a business card or anything?
These you see them pull out another piece of leather flesh from them and they hand it to you. It has a small little it has like a small little circle with a star in the middle. And they say, with this you'll be able to tell the new with this you'll be able to gain access to all of you whatever you could want down there. It's considered a personal gift instead of having to go through the politickies of the trade market. You're able to go directly to the tower and down to the Ghoul City. Consider it a personal invitation from our prime leader.
Thank you very much. What is it? I'll go there and I'll I'll bring back uh yeah, I'll tell people what I think. And from what I've heard from you, I'm sure I'll only have good things to say.
That's the same, and make sure you get to the protection tattoos all around your body. You'll be inked up and protected in no time.
Hmm. Will do. Will do, buddy, will do. Hmm. Let's see. Uh you have
I'm sorry for your
any
tower, Owly.
Oh,
Your tower is
I
very
zoned out. Wait, what?
monetized. Your tower is
My
very monetized at the moment.
No! Don't tell me there's loot boxes!
there's
There's
loot
loot boxes.
boxes!
Yes,
It's an
loot boxes.
No!
outside of the underdog city. There's just chests that constantly get filled by like ghouls to convince people to go out on adventure, but it's really just to help them expand territory down there.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god.
Oh no, yet. That sounds like a fun place to check out, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
later.
later at some point. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the best, and I'm starting to get tired as well. I'm gonna go talk with Neela real quick, and then I'll meet
So
up again.
Alright.
while Yip and Yap are away, Suki will talk to Nilo.
He does big cat stretch and then stands up.
All right.
Suki?
So before Yip and Yap get here, because they are gone
Yeah,
for
they
Mm-hmm.
are
the time
gone.
being.
I'm just moving
Right.
them over.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. All right. Because I only took a couple minutes. You took more like 30. I
You're good.
Suki is going to address King Nilo, Your Highness.
Yes, Suki.
When you're done catnapping in the sun, Is this a bad time?
No, I
All
just need
right.
help.
Well,
Uh, Is Zeno doing anything?
Zeno is
Oh no,
reading them poetry with their
no,
guitar in a smooth
yeah,
jazz
you know,
melody.
definitely like sitting next to like sitting next to Nilo. Bleh, Nilo, God, Nilo and Bro's just cuddling him honestly.
They're
But
reciting
yeah,
small jazz poetry.
what's up, Suki?
I just wanted to reiterate, or I just wanted to express that it's been an honor to be in your company for even a short time, and I wanted to confide in you that I've noticed that there are many foreign dignitaries and diplomats and people of import in other kingdoms,
Yes.
and they all have a heightened interest in the tournament that's coming up. Everyone's watching it, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew. And if anything were to happen that would, I don't know, delay or impede the tournament, I it would reflect poorly on Keto. So I just really want you to keep up the good work. And if there's anything that I can do to help the tournament run smoothly and on time, please let me know.
Mm, I can't think of anything as of current that would
Well,
help.
no, because everything's been going so well. But if anything were to come up, I just want you to understand that the other kingdoms, I, especially the elves, don't let them, they are very judgmental. And it would adversely hurt our relationship with the elves, or Kito's relationship with the elves, if there were to be a delay in the tournament. They would see that as a sign of weakness on our part.
Mm, I mean,
I probably appreciate the work you're doing, Cool Fox. I like your vibe. Keep it up. And keep it up, and you'll be welcome here. And, well, you're already welcome. And I'm glad to see you. Maybe I'll write a song or two about you. Kind of gives you a wink.
Suki will reach out a paw to shake Zeno's hand.
Ah, no, I appreciate the vibe, but he kind of gives you, he kind of like holds out his paw. Nah, you're one of the Nelos in the guard. We're cooler than just a handshake.
Suki goes in for a hug.
Ah,
I'm
there you
gonna be
go.
honest. How I described it, Neil's just getting squished between you two. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
honest.
There you go. Come on in here, fluffy bro.
We're like a family here,
He ruffles your head with intense passion.
and nothing gets in between family, right?
Tough.
You got that, Cool Fox. You're one of us now. I expect great things from you, buddy.
No, but
You are so kind.
honestly,
You really know how
honest,
to pick them, don't you, Nilo?
yeah,
My cool
honestly,
cat is the best. He gives a proud
what
smile.
if I do find something that would help with everything, I will tell you. For the time being, just have fun at the festival. If I need you, I'll get you, okay?
I am at your service. And then Suki will give a bow.
Neela will nod his head. Have a good day, Suki.
You as well, Your Highness.
Let's get this fortune underway for Adam and Catherine.
Oh boy. I'll let Turtle lead.
Catherine will kind of walk up and she'll kind of take the plushie and just boom into the snow globe. Um, kind of approach the stand. Hello? Uh, I heard there was like a fortune reading thing over here.
Oh yes, yes, yes. And you see them like you see them kind of like rearranging some crystals and the like, and you see them kind of making sure that everything's in order. I guess yes. And they kind of see here, and you see them pull out a beautiful looking dream catcher, and they place it on the table. Ah yes, yes. Do you? And they kind of look them. How do you feel about dreams?
Um, oh, let's see. I haven't dreamed in about 9 years.
Oh, then you're definitely you must be due for one. It's such a long time to go without a dream. And they kind of hold it up and they like, well, this is like maybe if you haven't been dreaming, maybe it's just because you haven't been able to really pay attention to what happens whenever you're sleeping. Maybe if this and they kind of hold it up and they kind of you see them hanging up like right above them where there's like a little tiny hook and they say, well, maybe if I can find a way to maybe help you with that. You know what they say, the dreams are kind of a fortune of their own selves. It's like every single time you dream, it's like a fortune of, well, what could come or what hasn't come, or kind of what they say is a fortune that hasn't happened yet. And they seem kind of like, they seem really into trying to convince you about this, but there seems a little bit of anxiety they seem to be about themselves.
Uh, I'm a just occultism check this if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Just would this be an oddity identification
go ahead, yeah.
bonus of is it gonna twist minds? Is it gonna
Go ahead and give me that occultism check. Okay. You realize that
41?
they are essentially it is you can tell that there's a small magical effect coming from the dream catcher, but it is of a almost soothing mist that seems to almost be it's almost like there was a small sleep spell attached to the dream catcher, but also on top of that there seems to be a soothing mist about it, where it is essentially they're trying to essentially try to almost have you almost like go into like a trance, and they want to try trying to kind of have a dream come to the forefront.
Hmm.
They
She'll just kind of whisper to Adam and just be like, "It's safe." Um, and then she'll go, "Um, sure, yeah. I've done a whole lot worse for a whole lot less. Um, what do you need me to do?"
it is going to be the first I hate to this is always the most uncomfortable part, but I do I mean it says I know the other one's charging a lot more, but I'd still like at least some sort of payment up front. It's for the fortune telling, of course.
Do you have a price sheet?
Oh yes, yes, and they say you see them specifically call out the dreaming bundle, and it is 40 shells for the dreaming bundle.
Sure. And she'll hand 40 shells over.
Perfect, and they hold out your hand, and they kind of this one's a little bit longer, but and they begin to kind of walk you through a they kind of walk you through as they begin to kind of talk about your body and trying to relax you from the head to the toe as they mention various things, and they end up trying to uh, cast a dreaming potential as they try to draw you into kind of a lucid dream where it can explore the endless possibilities of its own potential within the ever-changing backdrop of its dreamscape. It is allowing you to essentially drift off, but in a safer, safe place. You kind of begin to almost get this sense of almost like letting go a little bit kind of some of your body that is once kind of like really rigid, and it's kind of opening up the mind a little bit to kind of have not exactly a dream, but almost it's almost like a daydream essentially, where you kind of envision something that clearly is not real. It's still kind of lucid, and you find yourself kind of floating in a almost completely blank space. Whereas you've recognized this space before as as you were guided to close your eyes, you realize you were in that same black void that is usually associated with the collector. However, as they keep speaking, they ask that you reach out with your mind, not with your body, but with your mind. And as you kind of do that, almost entertaining this a little bit, you kind of touch the air in front of you, and it explodes with something of your own imagination. Essentially, it is of your own imagination, of your own volition. It is essentially you creating whatever you want in front of you. Something that was once this space where everything around you is specifically made to control and contain you, you are now able to explode it out in whatever your imagination wishes.
I think she would go back to her village home with Caleb and Carol, and this would have been when she was really young, um, like 7 or 8. Um, Kane was already out um, as a pirate at this point, um, and she was um, playing with. Um, she was kind of in their like backyard area where there's these rolling green hills and a lone kind of apple tree on the top of the hill. And, she's kind of just throwing the stick around and just being at peace in that child wonderment and the disillusion that the rest of the world hasn't attacked her yet, and that she is just kind of in this moment of calm, the warm summer breeze going through the grass, rustling with each passing wind, the sounds of Carol working on one of her famous apple pies that she has, and hearing her dad Caleb um, whistling from his workshop um, somewhere inside in one of the rooms.
You do, and it is like a dream that you almost forget what it's like to be control of your own body while in this vulnerable state. And you know that Adam is like right there, right out beside you. You know that King Nilo is within almost arm's reach. You allow yourself, even though it is not normally in your nature, you feel almost compelled a little bit to just allow yourself to explore this even when you normally wouldn't, and it is allowing you the opportunity to kind of explore as this moves on, and you move through this essentially, there's almost this daydream for a decent amount. It only lasts a little bit, as you're not able to fully get through everything, but after a while, it does begin to kind of going through all this. It does begin to fade at some point as you do kind of come back into the regular out almost like you're returning into your own body at that point.
She'll kind of, as she like wakes up, she's got just a set of tears rolling down her eyes, and she just, oh, thank you,
It's gonna holds
thank.
up this she kind of gives in here it's a smaller version of what it is, but and she'll hand you this like little tiny trinket. It's a little tiny trinket with the sweet dream spell in it. I've modified it so you can cast it on yourself, and it only lasts an hour, but it lets you kind of just kind of lets you experience that kind of lucid dream for at least an hour each night. I haven't perfected it entirely.
Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Um, and she's gonna hand another 100 shells to this person.
Oh, thank you very much. And yes, and like I said, I think, like I said, I think that'll be good. And you can kind of use it to kind of at least kind of have those moments a little bit. And with enough, it's kind of hard at first, but with enough practice, I'm sure you can get it down.
I would love to be able to have happy dreams again. As well, I lied a little bit when I said I hadn't dreamed in 9 years. I do dream, but it's a nightmare. And it's the same nightmare. And I've had it every night for 9 years. This was the first reprieve I've had.
Well, at least 1 hour of a night, you can at least maybe have something in your own control. You know?
Oof.
Yes, thank you.
And they hand you it's a little tiny it's just a little tiny rock of some sort, but you can tell it has this runic magic about it.
The
Adam's
biggest oof.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's watching this whole interaction with concern, and he kind of whispers to Catherine, "Are you sure this is okay?"
She kind of it. She's got her right hand and she's kind of rubbing her like shoulder and collarbone, and she's like, I saw something that I didn't think was ever obtainable anymore.
His
A
inch,
path that is long gone, but a simpler time.
his interest is very clearly piqued at that, and he looks over to the fortune teller and says and asks, "Do you have anything less compromising, if that makes sense?"
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And you see her she kind of rearranges the crystals in like a different form on the table. She kind of says a few words on the table. She kind of moves around a few things, trying to reorient them in a different position. You see now there's a clear open space among the table, and it says, I can also do a classic fortune as well, only 20 shells." And she'll have like just she seems to have a card of she seems to have like a deck of cards that she has laid out. And
Uh,
I could do a more classic tarot reading if I'm not maybe not the best of it, but I can at least I think I've learned most of the interpretations.
uh, sure. I guess that works out. And he hands her 20 shells. What was it, 20 shells?
Yeah, 20 shell.
Yeah, just hands her 20 shells.
Okay. She asked let's get and she kind of she's also reading a little bit. She's kind of like getting a few of them kind of laid out. Go ahead and go ahead and let's see this one. She kind of moves through a few of them, and then she lays them all out in a less prettier version than what she probably should for being it is. She kind of like spreads them out with her hands as best she can, and she goes, "There you go." It's a little chaotic, but so is fortunes, you know.
So what do I do?
Oh, yeah, you pick one and you look at it, and then you can show me what it is, and I can see what it says about you.
All right. And he's gonna pick up a card. What does the card look like?
Um, let me see here. You have grabbed the magician. You
Ooh.
feel this one. It's gonna. Oh, this one. And which way is it facing? Up or down?
Uh,
You can say.
up?
Okay, so you show like so she kind of looks. Okay, so that'd be upside down. It seems that this would say that you seem to have lost a little bit of maybe purpose or something, or that you're trying to achieve something, but either you're postponing it, or maybe maybe the willpower is just kind of getting the better of you, and you just the self empowerment, and you're just trying to get things done, but it's like you're not trying to find confidence in what you're trying to go for. But it does say that with enough effort and so, it's the first step to any kind of fortune is trying to find a way around it. But this one seems that there must be something difficult that you are trying to, or some hesitancy that you must be feeling, or the magician is something of grand power and in control, but upside down it shows that the magic is uncontrolled, or the outcomes of what you can do don't really seem to line up with something that you know you can do, or the outcome seems to be unclear, and it's like you're trying to get everything to work, and the spells are trying to get everything the way you want them, but they just don't seem to always do and get the results that you want it.
He kind of scoffs, that bit of skepticism coming back. Uh, so I can pick up to 3 cards?
Yes, 3.
Alright. And he's gonna pull out the second card.
You see what looks to be a almost vixen-like figure with these wings almost angelically spread behind them, with a small halo above it. And she asks, "Which way is that facing?"
Up.
Up, okay. And she kind of looks. It looks like that is the. It looks like that's judgment. It seems that it's saying that, and she kind of like she like clicking her fingers a little bit and kind of like rubbing her fingers. She seems like she's trying to think. Oh yes, that one. It seems that it's about you and your ability to. And she kind of thinks. So this one is judgment. So it's basically saying that you or trying to find it hard to trust people, as there's always an air of judgment about those around you, or like you're not really too sure if the people around you can really trust deeply. And while there may be some in your life that are really close, you know that there's people that could be closer, and it seems that your judgment about them or what they've gone through, or maybe something that is going on in their life helps is making it harder for you to get close to them. It could be something about your past that makes it hard for you to get close to them, or it could be something that they are going through that makes it hard for you to get close. But it seems like the best thing to do for this one is and she kind of looks at the car and she kind of points to the wings. It's one thing to judge people for one thing, but also to not allow you to judge yourself, because if you end up judging yourself, then you stop the chances of new possibilities of people getting close to you. For if you already present yourself in such a bad light, then you won't have a chance for others to see you in the good light. So it's not only a judgment of others, but upside down, it means a judgment of yourself. And I think what it means is to maybe find, if you want to counter this future, maybe to find a way to accept parts of yourself that maybe you don't want other people to find out, or you don't want other people to be involved with. And maybe it's time to just let loose and let people understand, and don't be afraid of the judgments others have on you.
He kind of makes a face at that. Kind of that unbeatable expression that he gets sometimes. And he sneaks a glance at Catherine. Is Catherine doing anything right now?
I have a pretzel in my mouth. One sec.
They had some pretzels from the local otters. They seem to master
No,
through
no,
all the
no, no, no.
pretzels.
Shut up. Shut up. Let me do this.
Obviously, it's from Bryn, the stand next door.
It's a beer pretzel. It's a beer
She's
Beer
pretzel.
pretzel.
she's
A
got
beer battered pretzel.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
she's
sounds
kind
good.
of got her back facing Adam at this point, kind of looking out in the crowd, and she's kind of almost like hugging herself at this point. Um, just kind of like holding herself in place as she's watching.
He kind of takes a deep breath, just says, okay, last one. And he pulls out the last card.
Ah, yes, the Emperor. I am very familiar with this one. I've looked at this many times. Which way is it facing?
I'm going to say upside down.
Okay. So upside down to you would be right side up to them. So it's a. It looks like you're. It seems like this is. One second. Okay. It seems like this one is the emperor, and it's like said the king. So it's one of those. And she kind of looks. It doesn't always represent maybe power, but it does represent that success, as the king is always full of always things is always happening around them and they're being able to control it and it seems that success is just around the corner but still is elusive just out of reach like an emperor trying to expand their territory. They're just slightly out of reach. They're just not enough to get, but with enough support from your people and support of people around you and even help from others and maybe even your own family line, maybe you'll be able to find something a little bit more significant. Maybe you'll be able to go out and capture those other areas around and bring those in, not to suppress or to oppress, but maybe to have them join not as subjects, but as part of your kingdom, as part of your family, as part of your essential royal line. It's representing the trust and the need to ask for help for an emperor who rules no one is no emperor, but an emperor who rules people who trust them. The success is almost guaranteed. It's a measure of knowing when to provide your own ability with others and then trusting that others' abilities can help you. And it's about the kingdom working together to make a common goal and you helping be a catalyst for not only your own change, but others people's change as well.
He kind of looks taken aback at the mention of like like bringing people together, gathering people, like leading them, the idea, stuff like that. And he kind of starts to get this really anxious look on his face. And he says, kind of says, kind of under his breath, he's just like, well, this was a fucking terrible idea. As he kind of hands the card back to her and says, right, well, here I thought you would tell me something I didn't know.
I do like the in the actual thing it says you may be concerned that the support and help you want from your father or other significant in your life won't materialize.
Yeah, Adam is pretty much written this off at this point and been like, yeah, this is. Are you sure you're not running a fucking scam?
It's well as always all fates not only want we want to know the fates of some kingdoms may be in the very balance and the fate of others may be just on the precipice of changing. If you want to ever change your fate, it takes action. For inaction is the worst action you can take.
You're dodging my question.
And they kind of see her laying out all the stuff. I can only say what is well here. I'm not really you pick the cards yourself, and I can only really read. I'm still getting better at it, but at least I'm trying.
He's very visibly annoyed at this point. As he just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and just lets out a sigh. Goes over to Catherine, and Clover has long fluttered over to Catherine to try and like be there to support her. So she's kind of just chatting away mindlessly to try and give Catherine some sort of something to take her mind off of things. And Adam just comes over and puts his hand on her back.
Oh, mm, mm,
Shit, sorry.
sorry. No, no, I. So, it as bullshit as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I guess I got what I paid for.
True, we did literally use shells to pay for this.
That is very true. Should we
What are you saying about my economy?
The
Silly
shell economy is in full effect.
guy. He says, "Are you sure you're okay?"
No, but I think at this point, if I admit that, I might break down and not really feeling that as the mood right now. So I'm gonna say yes, and I'll do that later.
I understand. We maybe go find Nilo? See what he's been up to?
I mean, at this point, I probably need to start getting ready for the final round of the tournament and
Yeah,
make sure the healers are all good to go. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure I've got. Oh no,
What?
the Demotters that are in the snow globe.
They're currently
Uh,
trapped.
no, one of them was working on burritos earlier, and I definitely heard a pig squeal.
You go
Hmm,
check that. I can hold on to the snow globe so you can come back whenever you need it.
that would be lovely. And she kisses him on the cheek and then jumps into the snow globe.
He takes the snow globe into his pocket and heads towards Nilo.
But as you were doing that, Yip and Yap are having a raucous conversation with King Nilo as everyone is rapidly approaching you, Nilo.
I would attack the Nilo before
I know
Elf
you
or
would have.
Adam.
It would have
Yeah,
been
no.
during the
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's fine now. Go ahead.
All that matters is that I got there first.
Mhm. So with Nilo,
Everyone
the
is rapidly approaching your location, Nilo.
Okay, so basically, Nilo is sitting in Zeno's lap as Zeno is playing the guitar and just singing it poems. That's basically what's happening
Yes.
right now. This is the scene you're coming to.
okay, that's what I'm coming to. Yeah.
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 You
Suki
see,
is walking away.
so he's walking away.
Waddle
Okay.
waddle.
Yeah,
And
you
then
see,
waddle away, waddle waddle. And
you
then
see
waddle
Yep
away.
walking towards you, who looks kind of tired, and Yap is also looking very tired, but his eyes look like they're glazed over, I would say. Um, Nilo,
Yeah, what's up, Yep?
um, I, I, this is, yeah, that's this is a bit strange ass and maybe a big ass, but Yap's not really feeling the best. We went to do the Bell Shell game, and then we got our fortunes read, and then Yep, as he points him, it's kind of been having this glazed over look and has been very tired. I don't know if something happened with the fortune. I haven't seen him like this. Um, is there any way we could delay the tournament so Yip can get better? I don't want to delay it, but I don't think it'd be fun for all the guests if the fight is lackluster, and also I don't think Yep can give it his all right now.
Nilo leans back a little. I mean,
Mm, I mean, I know I'm asking.
technically,
I mean, I know I'm asking a lot here, but is there any way we can delay it or push it to tomorrow morning? Maybe extend the festival tonight?
I mean, technically, I usually try and give us like a day worth of like extra time.
The
But I
festival is in
think,
about 30 minutes from now. Or the tournament's in about 30 minutes from now.
Hmm. I mean, he hasn't
what
gotten
time
better
of
on
day
the.
is it though? Because logically, if the tournament was supposed to be now, the masquerade would have been that night. This would be like noonish, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
It's
He is yep.
evening-ish.
He is yep hasn't gotten any better, and I don't think he can give it his all.
I'll give you. I don't know if I can give you till morning, but I can probably give you till night.
Mm.
But what about a fortune teller?
Oh yeah,
Is
there
that when
was
all this started?
yeah. He points over to the fortune telling stand. Yeah, she had us look in a mirror and see our fight with Hero, but something happened and Yas won. You see this Yap is just hugging on to Yep. He won't exactly tell me what's going on.
I'll at least give you till night, but I don't think I can extend it anymore.
Hmm.
Um,
How late tonight can you give us?
well, the masquerade starts around midnight. I can probably give you a few hours before that. The fight usually lasts about like an hour or two. I usually give about an hour worth of um I usually give an hour worth of like setup for the masquerade after the tournament. 8, 9?
9.
Uh, this
8,
is
9 o'clock.
af- this is after the fishing tournament. You would only be able to give at most 5 to 6. It's all you've already had the first fight of the tournament and the fishing tournament, and now the
No, I was
festival
talking
role
about like
play.
time of night,
I thought
not like
I
Oh
thought
yeah,
you said it
hours.
was afternoon.
after 2 p.m. is afternoon.
That's true. Still, basically, I'd be able to give you until like 8, 9, since the masquerade is kind of a little bit more. But in the meantime, let me. Which fortune? I only know of. I think we had two fortune tellers. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really set up anything. I haven't even really been around the area too much. I kind of just went to the pet like daycare essentially, and then ended up with Zeno. I haven't really got that much time to explore. In the meantime, though, can I'll see what I can do, but I think I can only give you until like 8 or so, which sadly isn't about 4 hours. Try and
Is,
rest and sleep
is
it
it
off.
is it 2? Is it 4? The time keeps changing.
Okay, basically
It's like
for
4 p.m. Right? It is 4 p.m. right now. About I want to
well
say it's
for
4 p.m.
now, I'm saying try and sleep for like 4 hours, 5 hours. I'll figure out something if I can extend it more. Um, I just God, I hate whenever the elves fucking look down on us.
Wait,
Um,
so there's no way to delay it till tomorrow then?
not really. Like I said, I'll see, but for now, I do suggest try and sleep it up, see if that helps. I will. I know. Yap doesn't like Evie, and I know Yap doesn't really sleep. But Nilo just conjures Eepy. Please take him. He might help with like any bad feelings. Okay. Try and take care of yourself. I'll try and figure out something. What did the fortune teller look like?
He points over to the yellow kobold.
You see over there, Nilo. You see Catherine and this kobold. Almost not exactly holding hands, but basically holding their palms, like on the table in front of them. And you see what looks to be Catherine almost in a almost daydream-like state, in a almost very happy, peaceful state that you haven't really seen them in very often. It's not even like a almost prideful smile, it is a more genuine kind of smile, if I'm not
Serene.
mistaken, Turtle, if I'm not overreaching there.
Saying is that Catherine's in the snow globe right now? Eh?
No,
This what has
this
happened.
was during
This is
your fortune telling with the dream.
this is simultaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been, yeah.
Okay.
She kind of
So
just let it happen. She was like, whatever.
yeah. Okay. I understand. I'll talk to them after those two are done. But like I said,
Hmm.
take EP. I know that Yap doesn't like EP, but EP might be able to help a little bit with bad feelings. His whole thing is yes, nightmares, but negative emotions also triggers him, and sometimes he can help with that. So my suggestion: take him, go to bed. I will get you for the tournament. If I cannot, I will send either
Hmm.
Catherine or Gaz to get you.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out what's going on. See if there's a correlation. If there isn't, hopefully your rest helps. Um, but for now, get rest. I'll talk to the fortune teller whenever Adam and Catherine are done with them. Okay? Does that work?
Yeah.
If you don't feel better by then, we'll talk again. I'm going to basically make an announcement that the stuff has been postponed, that the thing has been postponed. but and I will give a notice again whenever it is back on. But I'll check back on you in about 4 hours, see if you've gotten better, see if I got any more information, and we'll go from there. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
You
go back
see
to
if
the
you have
castle.
head back to the castle.
Yeah. EP just slowly following behind. Just would Adam start coming back at this point,
Yeah.
like they would have been done with their whole thing? Okay.
You just see
Okay.
Adam. Catherine has disappeared.
Yeah, very confused, but understands because she's been popping in and out of that snow globe so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Her just disappearing makes a ton of sense. Um,
Where'd she go? Snow globe. That's a fair assumption.
yeah, it's like Neela's gonna like tap Xeno's leg and it's just like I need up.
Uppies.
Uppies.
Uppies. Uppies.
Uh, but he'll stand to his feet and like dust himself off a little bit because he did kind of roll around in dirt. Um, and is going to slowly walk towards Adam. Hey,
Adam, why do we allow so many con artists at this festival?
I'm not the one who usually organizes the people who come in,
Right, I forgot about that.
so I don't know. I actually do need to talk to that fortune teller though. I'm not saying that there's a correlation between it, but after Yip and Yep talk to them, Yep's been distraught. So for temporary, the tournament has been postponed until tonight.
He kind of furrows his brow and says, Yap?
Yeah, the bigger one of the two, the one who's usually
Yeah,
doesn't.
no, I know who you're
Yeah,
talking about, but I mean, what could have shaken him when we were talking to, well, she,
I'm not sure. That's why I need to figure out what the situation with them is.
do you need me to go with you, or do you want me to go check on Yap?
Um, I sent EP with Yap and Yip. Um, I just told them to take rest. If you want, you can check up on them, or you can stay here. I won't make that decision for you. I just need to figure out what this fortune
I,
teller's deal is.
I am tempted
They're
to figure out what's going on with that fortune teller, but I'm pretty sure she's just a con artist.
That's what I'm
Full of
thinking.
bullshit.
The only reason that like I'm concerned is because of how Yap is. But actually, Adam, can you make sure that they're okay? Honestly, I
Yeah,
think having someone might help besides EP.
yeah. I'll see if I can do anything with my magic.
Yeah, can you tell Catherine that she doesn't have to worry about being at the tournament immediately, and if she can she go and tell Gaz to put out like an announcement that the tournament has been postponed until like 8:30 tonight?
I'll let her know when she hops back out. Apparently, they were having a burrito issue, so I'm not sure how long that will take, but I can hop in real quick and let her know.
Thank you. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need. Um, I don't think so. But yeah, thank you for helping, Adam.
It's no problem.
Bup, 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 bup.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chuckles.
Yeah. So Gotlin's here, and he's like, ah, okay. So he's got a few more hours to work with, and he's feeling a little bit nostalgic. So he's gonna go down to this lad. I'm assuming what I'm
That is
assuming they're selling.
Galvo. You see, he has a very proud medal that says that they are the winner of the fishing tournament, and it says, "I won the fishing tournament."
And all I got was the stupid T-shirt.
Yeah.
I got one
It's
stupid
a,
t-shirt.
it's a vest. Thank you. It's a
It's
vest
a
that says
vest.
I won the
All I
fishing
got was
tournament.
this stupid vest.
Okay. What's happening like around here? Like, I'm assuming this is like
Food.
a
Food.
food place.
Yeah, it's food. It's a food court. There's a food court right
Yeah.
there.
I want to ask someone if like I have like a cup of coffee in my hand,
Hmm.
and I want to go ask someone like one of the like food vendors if yeah, if I can like use this hand to sell my coffee. Um,
Al, your coffee?
Do you have a
what's it
coffee brand?
called?
You have a coffee brand?
I
I'll
make my own
allow it.
coffee.
I'll
I
allow it.
make my own coffee.
No,
Roll me a society check.
Yeah. Subsolidarity. Yeah. He just wants to work with his hands and brew stuff.
you
It's
want to brew?
comforting. It's comforting.
You hear the faint
Uh,
sounds of a
what?
dwarf in the distance. Did
Dwarf
someone say
in the
brew?
distance.
Did
Oh.
someone say brew?
Someone say brewing.
Um, you see this you see this small papu that with this vest on that says I won the fishing tournament, and you see what looks to be a various amounts of cold coffee that was originally, you can tell just looking at this, is supposed to be hot coffee, and all of this coffee is cold. You see kind of a sad looking papu as they get excited as you come over thinking that you're going to buy one of their coffees. But as you say, you want to sell your own.
Okay.
It just kind of like it just kind of he just kind of like looks even sadder as you just kind of says, "Oh, but I thought you were going to buy my coffee, bro. Everyone goes over there and buys that guy," and they just point over
Oh,
across the way and then point at Brent. Everyone keeps buying their coffee, but none of mine. Apparently, he's so famous with their pub that he just is able to attract all of the customers, bro. And no
well,
one wants
hey,
to buy my coffee, bro.
let me propose you something. I'll buy a cup of your coffee, and I have my own I have my own homemade brew, and you try that and give me your opinion. Sound a
They
deal?
Okay. They go ahead and they'll roll to see their coffee. It is this coffee that they have is, you can tell once again that it is clearly meant to be drinking warm. It has gone cold for the fact that no one has bought it all day. It's not
Wow,
bad by any means, but it's definitely nothing with a big flair about it. As they drink your coffee,
I
they
have this
perk
coffee.
up and they seem excited, and then they just realize, compared to their own coffee, they realize that they actually have not been able to, and then they kind of get sad a little bit, realizing that their coffee is never as good as what you have. They say, "I know, puppy. How about you work with my stall, and we can work and defeat Boo over there, puppy. We can defeat Ben in their evil alcoholic coffee, puppy."
Come and get your
Sure.
coffee. The
As long
undefeated champion of Quito.
as long as you're doing the selling.
"Oh, puppy, I
Um,
can make a fantastic sale, puppy."
perfect. 'Cause I'm be honest, I'm getting a little anxious. I need to work something with my hands, you know. And brewing's just one of the best pastimes, especially coffee. Hmm. Hell yeah, this will be
You
fun. Maybe make a
you
name. Maybe we can make a name for you.
Yes, what should we call our coffee, puppy?
Ooh, I don't know. I haven't actually sold it before. Usually I'm just drinking it myself.
Since
Um,
What is Bryn's coffee shop stall called? Pockets.
all right. Um, Bryn's coffee shop is called the Stone and Bean.
Oh, that's good.
that is really good. The stone and bean.
You see the stone and bean over there, puppy? All I have is Galvo's coffee beans, puppy. We're gonna have to come up
Coffee
with a
bean.
really more interesting name if we want to be able to beat the stone and bean, puppy.
Oh shoot.
I would have helped you. I would have helped you, but then you stepped up to Bryn, and that means war.
Bryn means war. Alright, alright.
Just gives a side eye to the Papu. You see, Sword, they'll never compete.
Does
They
the
don't
raven?
know. They don't know a good coffee if it bit them in the ass.
Let's
You just
see.
spike all your
This
coffee with
coffee.
alcohol, puppy.
This coffee's
It's called an Irish coffee.
yeah, that's spiked with alcohol. But yeah, let's see. What I usually make is more it's like it's more for really cutting through that morning haze. Hmm. To sharpen the mind and clear it. So, maybe hmm. I don't know. Hmm. Dude, I do not have I'm not good with coming up with names. Man.
Do you want me? Do you want
You're
to? I can
you're
have
dead
you
on
roll.
arrival.
I can have you roll on the funky tavern naming
Can
table
you
if you
can
would
you
like.
give
Give me
me
two d20s.
can you
You've
give
now.
me like a can you give me like a 5 minute rain check to come up with a name?
I will give me two d20s. I'll pass along a name, and if you don't like it, you can think of something else.
Fine. No, that's D12s.
Two. Oh, sorry, two d20s. My bad.
Yeah, I put
Two
it in D12.
d20s. We'll
Yeah,
see what the coffee company here is named. That is a that is
3 and
a
16.
3 and 16. It is the hammer and the strumpet.
Yeah, I
I
probably
have
want
no idea what a
to do
strumpet
something
is.
else.
Oh,
Me
never
neither.
mind.
It
There's a
also
reason I don't know that.
doesn't make sense. Hmm.
Does anyone? Okay. I will post what that means in
I
chat.
don't know what the fuck a trumpet is.
I will post the meaning in Discord chat, but I cannot say it.
Hmm.
Anyways, continue thinking of a name while Nilo confronts this. Well, you start plotting your plotting your revenge against
Hmm.
Bryn for insulting this Papu in their
We'll name it.
coffee.
We'll name it the Cloak and Dagger.
The Cloak and Dagger. That is going to be a perfect name, as they say. Yes, 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 yes. And that you see Galva, come get the coffee from the famed winner of the fishing tournament. I know fish, and this guy knows coffee. Come and get the Cloak and Dagger coffee. Puppy?
Oh, is that what
It
that
hides
smell
behind a
was? I
sim-
thought I smelled something fishy.
it hides behind a simple exterior, but trust me, this coffee will stab through that morning haze or mid-afternoon haze like the sharpest dagger any you can find. Hell, it'll cut through the daze caused by this lad's coffee over here. You'll sort of nod over to Bryn and give a wink.
The only thing that they're
He's
cutting
like,
through is your wallet.
Your price
Come
is
have
going through
real
there. Look
coffee
at
for the real price.
that. I don't see your price is getting any lower.
Not when I have such shite to compete with.
Hmm.
Give me a
So
crafting
you're
check, Godwin.
all right. So you're monopolizing these poor customers and upcharging them because you have no competition.
Never had.
Hmm. Well, well, well.
You
It sounds like
see,
it's high time for some real competition.
you you see
Bulk it
a
up your game.
you see a lot of the Papu quickly begin to go from your stall, Bryn, over to the dueling pairs coffee company.
All right. Bryn will make an opposed check.
They did. They got a 32 to the 37.
Oh, oh,
It's slightly above, but
I apologize. I would like to roll this.
Go ahead. I'll give you the roll then.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Uh, I rolled lower.
Critical fail.
Me.
Nice.
More of the
The
more of the
rhetoric works.
more of the otters begin to leave. They kind of sit down. You see what looks to be unfinished cups of coffee sat down without being finished.
Oh, that's heresy.
As they quickly
Aren't you
go
gonna
over.
finish? Bryn shouting at the customer, "Aren't you gonna finish your coffee? What are you doing? You can't just leave a cup of."
Cup of good Joe there.
Yo.
That Joe can be left single, puppy. I'm going to go over there.
Oh
And
my
they
lord.
leave.
Damn it! Sword, go reel them in. All right, I'm going to enlist the sword to hawk our wares. So now,
I thought you were
because
gonna have real
somebody has to play the sword.
Saber, would you like to play the rabbit spearman, which is also the sentient spear sword?
Uh,
You have the confidence needed to help Bryn in these trying times.
Yeah.
oh God.
these
Okay.
trying times.
Bryn is going to take the espresso machine, pour out like a tray of shots, and then instruct Sword to go and pass the shots around for free, and hawk the stone and bean.
What do you mean by that last part?
Direct like tell everyone that these espresso shots came from the stone and bean.
Okay, because how you said that was very weird, but okay.
All right, hawking like the wares.
I'm gonna be honest. My interpretation was just throwing a stone and a bean at people.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
y-
that'd be
the
really fun.
stone, the stone and bean is the name of the coffee
No,
stall.
Yeah.
no, I understood that. It
Free
Now,
was
stone.
just it was really funny.
The stone and bean. Every coffee comes with a free stoning.
Oh God. Okay.
it
Okay.
comes with it comes with like a little bean engraven with your name on it. It's just like a little
Dude,
tiny, like a little stone bean with your name on it. With every
What
coffee
if it's
purchase.
in the
you should put
shots?
weed in
What
this
if
in
it's
the
in the
so
shots though?
Is
on it.
is this is this patent is this Bryn's patented charm brew espresso?
Probably. Okay.
Charm
It,
brew.
it's up
Should
to
everyone
it's up to you, Sword, to it's up to you, Sword, the sentient spear, to roleplay how
Who
you're
am
going
I?
to bring this in.
Am I a rabbit or am I a
Yes,
sentient
you
spear?
are
What is going
you
on?
are a
Got it.
sentient rabbit that has a spear in their hands that is also their soul in that spear. But you're
Got it.
also
I know
named
what I'm doing.
Sword.
You are a
Okay,
rapid manifestation of
Of
the
a
soul of his sword.
bro. Do they
But
you
have
the
are
sword
the
is a spear.
rabbit
hands?
manifestation of a
No.
spear that is named sword.
it's exactly what it's
It's
exactly what
so
you're built
better.
for, Nilo.
Uh, oh my God. Okay. Fuck. Okay. So this giddy little rabbit is going to balance a plate with shots on top of the spear and is going to run around at people and is just going to be like, here, have a free shot, here, have a free shot, constantly to anyone that anyone they see that looks of age, of course, but I have to specify because there are children at this festival,
It
The-
is
but especially
also
the parents with children is who they're
es-
targeting.
it is also espresso. It's not alcohol.
oh,
Oh,
this one isn't out. This one specifically isn't alcohol.
that's not the point. It's still a situation. Children shouldn't have espressos. That's my point.
It's espresso with charm potion in it.
Yes.
My point stands. Children should not have this. But it's just like any, especially the like parents, is like, here, have a shot. Here, have a shot. And just constantly, as they are balancing a plate and doing goofy little tricks on top of the spear, and none of them are spilling. Not a single one.
Ooh, that's good.
I don't know what the goal of this was besides just doing this. Everyone, go
Precisely.
to the
Give
stone and
me
bean at the corner of
Right
basically
here.
where the yeah, right here. Honestly,
give me a competing D20 with Galvo, your competition.
got it.
Yeah, Godwin's just chilling behind the counter, and he has the most.
Oh
Um,
no.
Oh, yes,
damn.
yes,
You
yes. You
buddy.
see, I believed in you, Sarah. I believed.
Here, everyone, go to the stone and bean
I
at
was
the
going to
corner.
grab it.
You quickly
Here,
see
have a
the
shot.
Papu like holding one cup from one brand, one cup from the other brand, and they are beginning to get very confused. They seem very conflicted, and they pour the shot from you, from the coffee off the Stone and Bean, into the coffee from Godwin's Coffee to like harmonize between the both, and they drink and are very satisfied.
Mhm.
Okay, so they all make will saves.
I will do a, let's see, let me go ahead
Yeah,
and do this. We'll do d20s. We'll say 11 or above.
Godwin is vibing behind the counter, and he just looks so fulfilled.
You have one
Yo, we got
third.
no one.
You have one. No, no. These two of them saved. You have one third of the Papu that go back to your side. There is now two
Mhm.
thirds over there at their side.
Okay, so first of all, we split the
I'm
difference between the
going.
two, right? Because they you said that the Papu were
So
combining
I
the
did
stone
that
and
so that
bean
I
with the
could
cloak and
like.
dagger.
And also I did that so that I could like. So so you see that sword goes up this tree, still balancing the plate, and goes and hops over to here, and then hops over to here, and basically is like gracefully tossing shots at people, making sure not to spill them.
God dang that, nat 20. That's
Are
good.
the
It is pretty good.
for the net
A
20? Yeah.
natural 20 is pretty good.
More Papu are quickly leaving your stand, Godwin. Galvo is letting you down.
Hop.
Mm. There's Godwin's just working. He's having a grand time.
You have a set.
Um,
You have a set of loyal customers, Godwin, that won't move. Though Bryn is
Mm.
beginning to win the coffee war.
Bryn will come over, in between serving, and he'll be like, Psst, "Hey, buddy, yeah, you're new in town, aren't you? I could show you how to
Oh,
make
yeah.
real coffee if you come work for me instead."
No, to
Hmm.
Godwin or Galvo?
I'm talking to Godwin.
I don't know.
You
I
see
like
Galvo
my.
letting you down, out being performed by the little rabbit sentient spear sword.
I don't know. Listen,
You
I'm
can
here.
brew to your heart's content. I have so much to teach.
I'm here to have a good
Mm,
time. All right.
We have the
I'm
best
not letting
time.
for any wars
Sword
or
at this
anything.
point is holding the plate in their paw, and there is a shot glass that is balancing at the tip of their spear as they point at you. And it's like, here, why not try one?
You won't be
Mm,
disappointed.
sure, I'm always happy to try a competition.
Make me a will
Yeah,
save, Godwin.
I can make you a will save. I can make you a will save. I'm gonna study it for a little bit first. I'm gonna pursue um what's it called it
Pursue a lead.
Bryn. I'm gonna pursue Bryn and his coffee shop as one of my leads.
That
Gonna
may
do it.
that I will deem that actually really relevant to your lead.
Getting relevant to my lead, and I'm gonna make that will save. Uh,
Also, would we would have like bean shaped
that's
stones
40.
that are engraved of just
Yes.
stone and bean. Yeah,
Yes.
so sword, well, in their left hand, because their right hand is the one that's holding the spear that has the shot glass. You know whenever like people get cocky with like the coin and do it like make it go between their fingers.
Hmm.
Do that
They
with the
do
shot
that.
glass.
No, they do that with the stone shaped or the bean shaped stone, and then just flicks it at you for you to catch it. Remember the name
Yeah,
Stone and Bean.
You
Stone Bean.
realize that you realize that the coffee espresso they gave you is laced with a charm effect.
It's like, hmm.
Be seeing ya.
Hop, hop, hop,
Man,
bonk.
that is disappointing to to taste. You can taste the you taste the sorcery on the liquid.
Out of
It's
nowhere, you do
unnerving.
feel a stone hit the back of your head, though, as you're talking shit about the espresso. But all you
I
see is a breakdancing bunny, so, like,
Inside the tent. Like, so that's what they've been doing. I mean, I suppose it makes sense how they've gotten so many customers and outed all the competition. Jesus. Okay, let's see. Listen, listen. If you're serious and you really want to take down Bryn's business and do it your own, it's gonna be hard. But
Puppy?
I I can give you a few pointers. There's distinct tastes, right? That that magic has. Not everyone can taste them, but if you point it out, the people who can will find it a lot easier to define exactly what it is that they're tasting. And I can't say for everyone, but I'm I'm hoping that a lot of people will find, that sort of deception distasteful as putting a charm potion in their drink. So I'm not here to get into, the wider scale of things, but I'm telling you, it I I, I can give you like the list of descriptions and how to describe it, and I it'll do wonders for your business.
Give
How so?
me give me a diplomacy check.
All right.
right.
My plus 15 diplomacy. Uh,
I'm looking uh for a 30.
for a 30. All
Yeah,
right.
for a 30.
That
So,
shouldn't be very hard.
oh my lord,
what would that
Uh
mean if you rolled three less?
I had to roll a 15 or above.
Wow.
you have inspired them extremely much. Galvo now has inspiration.
Galvo,
Um
go. Do a success.
Galvo is inspired beyond belief. They are willing to not only listen under you, but also accept your teachings, and will indeed look up to you as the. One second, I'm about to sneeze.
Very good. It happens with all.
I think
As,
that Godwin has coffee allure.
yep. I will.
Coffee lore.
I will give you brewing lore.
No,
I
specifically coffee.
Coffee. I will give
Yeah,
you
coffee allure.
coffee brewing lore for this, as you do, and your diplomacy goes from trained to expert, as
God.
you are that god dang inspiring to this guy. You have trained yourself to be more diplomatic and more understanding, especially with your sympathy with Yap, with your sympathy with Yip, with you inspiring this and actually holding to your own beliefs. You do it indeed increase your diplomacy to expert, as you inspire this Papu with great desire and need to continue practicing their craft, and they are going to get better from you. Not today, but they will get better, and they will soon rise above Bryn one of these days.
Godwin learned a lot. Talking, conversing with customers and talking to Galvo, and yeah, got. You know what? He is so impressed with Galvo's determination that he's gonna write down recipe for his special coffee, and he's gonna give it to Galvo
Galvo,
for one of his coffees.
Galvo is slowly becoming a main character.
You're goddamn
Galvo
right.
joins like the King's Guard. I'm going to support you 100%.
Is this a repeat of Sven?
It's
No,
not even that. It's even
it's
worse.
Demar talking at this point. It's only if he's heard his character in the campaign.
Galvo is slowly becoming the hard noggin of this game. They've won. They beat the other players against literally like a -3 odds. They beat all the other players in the fishing tournament, and now they are literally challenging
It
Bryn.
was not our fault, okay? It was not our fault.
And
He's like,
they are now evolving and now being able to challenge Bryn. They are slowly becoming the main. They're slowly becoming a main character.
Bro,
They're
in
gonna
there's
get
a
reality, this
defeated here.
subplot
Demar is
going
one of.
on.
In reality, this Demar is actually a part of the military, so they just get luck by default.
They have the halfling unlucky feat by default.
Yeah. Eh.
But yeah.
That is, they will continue working under you,
Mm.
for at least a good few while, as long as you will stay by them for right now.
I still
Hell
say
yeah.
that in the corner of your eye, you just see a breakdancing bunny balancing a plate. Another plate of
Vibing.
like shot glasses again. None spilling.
Now this is how
I
you sell.
I set out a small glass of carrot juice just on the corner of the counter. I don't offer it. I don't. I just give a little side eye, give a nod, and just set out the juice.
So you see that the spear goes up, and that's where your attention is. And then you see the spear go back to the bunny. That glass is gone now.
Goblin
Damn
just
it.
gives a nod. He's like,
You're unsure of the workings of this magical spear named sword.
no idea. I
It
have
may be a
actually no
magical
idea.
spear, but it does have rabbit tendencies.
Rabbit habits.
Rabbit
Big
habit.
old rabbit
It's
habit.
got rabbit habits.
I thought you said it was a rabbit weapon. No, a rabbit weapon.
A rabbity weapon.
The rabid rabbit.
I was gonna say, if we
All right.
want, we
Guys
can
want?
postpone the Adam and Yip and Yap thing, but we could still do the Nilo thing.
That's what I was gonna think. That's what
I
I was
mean,
thinking.
if you want to
I'm
do the
ready
Yip
to
and
end scene.
if you want to do the Yip and Yap and Adam thing now, that's fine.
I am
Up to
up.
you.
I'm
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 up
up
for it as
anything.
long as Brady's up for it.
If it's right now,
So-
I'm
You don't. I mean, you kind of sound a little bit out of it, but it's up to it's really up to you. You sound a little bit out of it. I can do Nilo and the Kobold.
They're both saying go for it. Go for it.
I
Go
think
for
just
it.
go for it before
Do it,
Brio
do it,
does fall
do
asleep.
it, do it,
Yeah.
do it, do it.
Go 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 go.
Take advantage while he is up.
I will say you all. This is going to be taking place theater of the mind, but back in the castle, since Yip and Yap would have gone back to the castle, on the way
Yeah.
back to the castle, because I don't think Adam is sprinting to go help someone.
He's
I mean,
not.
I
he
didn't
would
think
also
so.
by default
Yeah.
been like the thing is that whenever Yip and Yap left, it would have been like he would have been like 5 minutes behind them.
Yeah,
And honestly, one, they have EP, and two, they are both out of it, so they're definitely walking slow. Adam would have caught up to them on their way back
yeah.
anyways.
That's fair.
That I can also say it's on the road back as well. It just
Yeah.
would be out of
Road
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will be right
Alright.
back. I need to pee.
Valid.
So what
So-
are we doing?
That's what you're the one, Adam, that wanted to go check on Yip and Yap. What are you doing? What is Adam doing?
I don't know. Does he see Yip and Yap ahead of him or anything like that?
You are rapidly approaching their location.
You see, like, Yep is doing a slower walk, and Yap is like
Well-
leaning on Yep.
You also technically
Well-
have Long Strider on, so it's a little bit.
Yes, they are still technically faster, even though they're slow. And
they
They're
are
smoother.
they are technically faster.
so, do you want them to meet at the castle then?
That's why I'm really confused because you have a speed buff on and a slow buff on at the same time.
Let's just do it
I
at the
like you.
castle. I think that would be
let's do it
easier.
at the castle.
Okay, we're going to the. Okay, they're in their room. Would you like to head there? That's where you're
Of
gonna.
course.
Yes.
Adam's going to immediately going to knock on the door and immediately say, "Hey,
Hmm.
it's me."
You see. Yep. Open. You see the door turn. Does it has like hand? Is it handle like
It's a
doorknob or shut?
handle.
Okay. You hear the lock click doorknob, and then you look down. You see Yap, tired in his eyes. It's like, oh, Adam, hi. And you see when you look into the room, you see like Yap dazed on the bed.
Said yep twice.
Yep,
And
yep.
Yep,
I
I know what he
Fine.
meant. I know who he meant.
Yep, yep.
Adam looks over Yip's head at Yap and says, "I heard your buddy is looking a little rough. You mind if I take a look?"
Oh, yeah. If you can check in on, that'd be great. And he leads you over to where Yap is.
All right. At a first glance, can I sense anything like magical going on?
You let me actually roll that in secret.
Ooh, a secret check for the first time in Zerda's game.
Let me check on
Who are you lying to?
that. And let me
We may never
do.
To
know.
my knowledge, Zerda never does secret
I
checks.
rarely do it. I rarely do it, especially I never say I never say I really do it. You can tell that they do like it is not like just a case of like anxiety or anything. Like it is unusual, but you aren't innately sure what is going on. But you can tell that there is almost it is not normal tiredness. It's not normal anxiety or anything like that. It seems to be something almost almost radiating from them, but you're not really too sure how to describe it. It's
And,
something
and
it's like a feeling that's coming from them, but not one you can pinpoint.
it
Going to, hmm?
I was gonna be able to speak for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
It started happening after we got our fortune read. Uh, the kobold fortune teller had me look in the mirror, and I saw her fight with Hero coming up, and then Yap looked in the mirror, and then he started like freezing up, and his eyes glazed over. I don't know if it's something that happened there, something happened, but um, I've been trying to help him out, but nothing seems to be working.
Well, it's definitely something off. It's not normal anxiety.
You know, yeah, I haven't seen Yap get like this before.
Yap doesn't speak common. What languages does he speak?
Uh, he could, uh, it, he understands Dragonic. I don't. He hasn't told me how he can actually what the language is called that he actually speaks as though.
Okay.
Some the best way
Does
I
Adam
guess
need
I
an
just
assist from Catherine?
the best way I can describe it is astral.
Astral. Would that be Empyrean by chance?
It's supposed to be a custom language.
Okay. I was making sure. So Adam's going to sit on the bed next to Yap and in Draconic say, "Hey, it's all right. I just want to feel out what's going on with you, if that's okay."
You see, like Yap slowly turn to just look at you eye to eye. You see no hostility in him. He's just looking over at you and gives a slight head nod. Nod.
I want to do something a little creative again.
Go for it.
Creativity.
I want to put him to put his hand over Yap's heart and kind of send his magic into Yap to try and like counteract this weird thing that's happening with him.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Um, you with that. you aren't able to counteract what's going on, but as you basically put your hand to their chest and start to channel your magic into them, not in a healing way, but almost like in a almost analyzing, like essentially about them. Um, you start to feel something even way different. Yep. Oh, Brio, can you describe Yap's magic, like their innate magic, and their like inside their body?
Innate magic inside their body. The
Like
best
his.
way
Yeah, go ahead.
the best way I could describe it to you is if you feel multiple different bits of magical sources, like hundreds upon to a thousands upon different like bits of magic swarming around through his body. And it feels like some of them are being frozen in a sense or slowed down.
And
Mm.
as you were doing that, you actually, as you begin to feel, the magic begins to almost seep out a little bit, almost fighting you back. And in this process, something is fighting your magic, and you can tell it's not theirs. It slowly begins to almost drain at you as you start to feel like your magic is fighting something inside their body. This is not their own magic, it is an outside magic source inside their body. You can tell it's not taken hold of anything, but it is definitely there, almost in the hidden cracks of magic itself.
Can I
Yeah.
like? Sorry, did you want to go first, Brian?
Oh yes, I was gonna ask. Can Yep tell that item is like pouring magic? Can Yep
Yes, I mean it's
Yep
pretty
can
obvious. They have the
Very
glowing
obvious.
hands and stuff.
Yep is also gonna place his hand on top of Adam's and give his own magic as well.
Okay, okay. Roll me that occultism check.
Can I do arcane because that's my
No,
magic type? Okay.
it is
Can
occultism
I?
magic.
Can I help with it?
You are already helping with this.
Okay, so okay.
Hidden roll, right?
Yeah. It is also it is occultism. It can't just be your magic. This is occultism.
Oh, that was supposed to be hidden.
It's hidden. I can't see it.
I know I made it so I
It
could
is
tell.
it is hidden. You can tell at least from like, I mean, Adam's one mentions you feel like something as you were kind of pulling a little bit of magic. Not as you don't have the full in-depth like well of spring of magic as they do, so you're not able to fully understand, but you almost feel like something is biting back at Adam. Something foreign is biting into Adam, and you can tell Adam is beginning to, as they are basically mingling their magic with this, you can tell that they are slowly getting drained as they are fighting with this magic inside Yap.
Can I use my connection between Yep and Yap and try to focus hard on that to try to essentially rip out the foreign invader of magic?
You can try. Let me give Yap, give me an occultism check.
Can I burn a spell slot instead?
Yes.
Sixth level.
I was also gonna offer to burn a spell slot to try and fight the thing.
I burn a
Okay.
sixth level spell slot.
Can I also burn a 6th level spell slot?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so I burn.
As you both pump this magic together, it does end up biting essentially both of you. As Yap is almost, you can almost see like a pained expression coming from Yap, and you see this intense amount of just unwavering, just like it is like a painful, it is like a spear through their chest as this magic and war is being waged. You even see Yap kind of fade out a little bit, and kind of like it is, it's almost like they were glitching out a little bit before kind of coming back in, and you both are fighting this, and you both end up getting the drained condition. However, the spell is successfully, with Adam's help, is successfully counteracted, but you all drained from it. As you eventually weave out the weaves of magic in it, and like a scythe through strands, you were able to cleanly pick what is foreign and what is not. And with Adam's help, with mostly Adam's help, you were able to get this magic out of the body, realizing that there was a foreign magic inside of Yap's body.
Mm. You see, like, the glazed over look just disappear from Yap. So does it look like we're just, like, ripping out some magical force out of it?
It is only through magic vision that you would see that, but it is through magic vision alone. It is not
Oh,
physical. It is essentially that it's almost like watching a light. It's almost like watching a strands of light. You know that you can't touch it. You know that you can't hold it. It is strands of light that seem to be almost dissipating in front of you.
yeah.
Adam's hand finally falls from Yap's chest, and he lets out kind of like a gasp, like he's been holding his breath. He just
Yeah, you see Yep also tires well. Just give, like, you feel a strong, like, hugging sensation around you, like your how tall is Adam?
he is 5'10".
5'10". Your waist is, you see Yip is strongly hugging you. Thank you so much, Adam.
He kind of pats Yip's head awkwardly. He's just like, "Yeah, it's no problem.
You
I just
feel
want to figure out what the fuck that was."
Yap puts, like, a hand on your shoulder as he stands up from the bed, like, and then he goes just stretching as he gives you, like, a nod and a nod of thanks.
He nods back.
Yeah. I mean,
Shoulda.
it started happening after that Kobold read my fortune.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did she read
Me
your
and
fortune
Kath
as
talked to
well?
her too,
Oh.
but we didn't get cursed like that.
Do you do you think she cursed us because we're the people actually fighting the tournament? That makes the most sense. As you
He
see Yap.
starts.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you feel like Yap just getting as he's like listening to Yap just getting angrier after hearing this.
I. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, but who the fuck is she working for that she would want to fuck you guys over? Unless she's just some fucked up bitch that likes to fuck with people.
I mean, did she give any hint of weirdness to you in Catherine when you did your fortunes?
Well, I don't know about Kath, but she was pretty shaken up after her interaction with her, and she just read me some cards that were maybe a little too close to home.
You hear first line like, "Yep," turn to look at Yap, and then he turns back to you. Oh, Yep told me. I mean, yeah, sorry. Yap told me what his was. It showed in his mirror. It showed Hero jumping over and slashing me in twine and killing me. I think whatever she did was not read our fortunes, but try to scare us. I think because my dream was similar, but it was. I mean, my vision was similar, but it was only Hero rushing us down.
Fuck, and Nilo's going to talk to that fucking bitch.
You should
I
probably
should,
we should probably
Nice.
warn him.
I should get back to him. And he kind of
Mm,
gets up and stumbles a little bit, like hand
mm,
on the wall a little bit as he's feeling exhausted and
mm,
drained from the magic.
mm.
And he
You
just
see,
starts stumbling out.
you see Yap in a like fury swing open the door, pick up Yip, And you see Yip just like a bit of his magic swirls around Yap's feet as Yap is running even faster.
Adam's struggling to keep up, like, oh.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I can pull up the spell in case Sir wants to see what I'm
Is it
doing.
Long Strider
Ca-
again? No, it's yeah,
No,
no.
it's
I'm familiar.
ev- even
Catherine
more
hops out
speed.
of
Go ahead. What total?
Catherine hops out of the snow globe, covered in like pig's blood. She just looks at Adam. Hey, you don't look good. Do you need me to get you somewhere? You, mm,
Yes, I need to get back. We need to get back to that fortune teller.
cool.
Nilo's talking to her right now.
Not good. Yeah. Um, and she'll set a slightly wet hand on your shoulder and will teleport both of you.
Also, I love the cool, not good.
Seems like a good spot to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, by the time you get to Neil would have at least had like 5 to 10 minutes with his fortune teller by the time all
Yeah.
this happens. Because like you went all the way to the castle, all the way talked to like Yep and Yep had all that scene, and then came back. Like Neela would have at least had like 5 to 10 to 15 minutes times alone with this kobold by the time that ends.
Yeah, and that's concerning.
Yeah.
Godwin is like
What
right
do you
there, and
mean?
Zeno's
All the
right
time.
there.
Right
Suki's
around the
also
corner.
there.
Is
I
Claire
listen,
there?
Godwin, sure.
Suki's right there.
Zeno, no.
It's
gonna
all the
help.
way over here. It's
Suki,
okay.
no.
Okay, why not
I mean,
Suki?
you have no knowledge of this character whatsoever, but I mean, like, it's like there's people around.
Yeah, like
It's
there's people around.
fine.
Everyone else was perfectly happy. Like everyone else was having a perfectly dandy time.
I mean, Bryn exists, so I mean, same with
Friends.
Sword.
I'll go ahead and raid out just for the sake of leaving that on that cliffhanger.
Oh my god, we're going to King Skingy? Oh
We're
my
raiding
god.
out to King